And we're on. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another. What are we at now? I guess this would be a semi-annual fundraiser. Ah, shit, my own voice. Fuck that noise. Oops.
No. Leave it that way. It was great.
You liked the slight echo? It was
Yeah.
great. Yeah, great is
It's
right.
an extreme echo now.
It was grating my eardrums. That is how it is great. Welcome, everybody. We are here to raise money, this time for the Secular Student Alliance in our semi-annual. This would be our pre-show, and to get started, not to depress you all, but we actually have to go ahead and make a bit of a correction, which I should have been more prepared to do and just realized I'm not at all. We need to actually increase our overall spend goal because, or rather our donation goal, because of some rather joyous developments, and we'll explain all of those. But right now you will see, if you're looking on our screen, that for the Secular Student Alliance, we are going to be having some debates tonight. These debates, unlike past Golden Mike shows, will actually occur between us hosts, unless the new game I came up with sucks, in which case we will go back to the old way. But I suspect we're going to have fun. We hosts are going to be debating each other, and we're going to be doing it in a way that raises money for charity, and we are going to go ahead and raise our goal now. Let me get back to where I was. Right, we had our raise goal at $30,000. We are actually going to be raising that to $50,000. Now, there's a couple of reasons for that. One, we have a 20% match up to that $50,000 coming in from the Phil Ferguson show, meaning actually if we hit $50,000, it will become $60,000. So we'll be able to basically anything you donate tonight, if you donate, and tomorrow's the main event, today is still kind of the pre-show, but if you donate $10, your $10 donation automatically becomes $12. If you donate $100, it's going to become $120. And when I say automatically, I more mean this is how it is going to work because of that price match. So if we get the full $50,000, we're getting an additional $10,000, making the total amount raised $60,000. But on top of that, we've got a little bit extra. Now, these funds we're not going to get to start touching until tomorrow, but tomorrow's event will also have challenges. And during each challenge hour, we're going to, if we hit certain numbers, we're going to unlock an additional $1,000. This is coming by what I think they said is a board match. Essentially, we are going to have another $8,000 of matching funds coming in tomorrow, $1,000 at a time if we hit these challenges, which if you do all the math, I know it's like getting all convoluted here, but that basically means that we as a YouTube community over at The Line only need to raise $42,000 of our money. That $42,000 will become $50,000 if we hit all those challenges, and then that $50,000, $60,000. So these are our joyous developments, and we are going to go ahead. Let me go ahead and fix the goal now, because we are going to be going for that big time $50,000. Anyway, I'm Jimmy Snow. I'm here with Forrest, Valkai, and Matt Dillahunty. How are the two of you doing while I fix all this? Why don't we get a little chatski going?
I'm all right.
That's good. Big day tomorrow. No Kings. La 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 la.
Yeah, I was going to go, and I was going to protest early and then come back in time to do the fundraiser. And then I found out the Austin one doesn't start till 2, and I'm on at 3. And it's like, even if I went there early, even if I went there to take pictures, both things are important. Yeah. And I'll be here for this. Especially since my government lists me as a violent extremist domestic terrorist. And I think it'd be really dumb for me to go there and wind up, arrested or dead, only to then miss the Secular Student Alliance fundraiser. So here I am.
Yeah.
I will be there because I may be on a list, but at least I'm not on the fucking Epstein list.
That's true. That's always nice.
And Forrest a better person than I am. That was the real message.
That is also true. Yes.
I didn't want anyone to bring it up because now someone's gonna start comparing me, and that's not gonna go good. It's all terrible. By the way, we are so far already in just our little pre-show efforts. Now today's the big pre-show. It's like the real pre-show, but we've been having pre-shows. We've already raised $8,511. So just to give you kind of an idea of things that are going on, as we mentioned, here is that 20% match that's coming up to 10K. In other words, $50,000 will become $60,000, as well as we have another little graphic for you that is somewhere. Did it become a background or can I just play it? Yeah. As well as we have some goals ourselves. If we raise $25,000, which we're like 15-ish away, 17-ish away from right now, we're going to be releasing a Zerba Monad shirt and selling that for the month of November. We will be selling it close to cost. It'll be like $20. At 30,000, if we do 30,000 by the end of tonight or 35,000 by tomorrow, we're actually going to make LineCon Online Live, which is usually only for paid patrons of the $15 and above. The December LineCon Online Live will actually be available to everybody. You'll be able to get admission to that for free as long as we either raise 30,000 tonight or 35,000 by tomorrow. If we raise $40,000, Forrest and I will be doing in costume, and I'm pretty sure I'm going with Drag Jesus. I'm going to do a Drag Jesus. We'll be doing a costume Halloween special on Halloween. Forrest is going to let his audience decide what he's going as. And at $50,000, there will be a full day, which I believe it'll be next week, Saturday, Erica and Forrest episode, where it's just going to be an evolution nerd fest. These are the things we're unlocking. And these are the things that we're working toward. We want to raise good money for the Secular Student Alliance. Should be a fun night, should be a good night, and we're going to get to the actual new debate game here soon. I suppose first, Forrest, you've done some events with the Secular Student Alliance, haven't you?
I did their the fall conference thing, summer conference. I did the summer conference this year. I went to Cincinnati and gave a speech to them there. So yes, I've done that thing with the Secular Student Alliance. I don't think I've ever done anything else though. Not yet anyway. There is supposedly a chapter that is opening up somewhere around Denver. There's wanting to have me out potentially next month, but we haven't put anything in stone yet.
And so a lot of the reason why we're trying to raise money for the Secular Student Alliance is, especially now, tomorrow is No King's Day. If you want to raise a generation of people who are going to reject these types of hierarchies, who are going to value separation of church and state, you can't do it passively. As nice as it can be to like, all right, I've gotten out of religion, I've gotten away, now I just want to go and live my life. That doesn't just get extended to everybody easily. And now, unfortunately, there are other forces at work. And with Turning Point USA dramatically expanding across the country, it is important to us at the Line that something that is essentially the opposite of that also be growing. Unfortunately, we don't have the the martyr force that he pulled off over there, but we can do our part to make sure that the next generation is armed with good, skeptical minds, secular humanists, and that is who the Secular Student Alliance serves, is a group of secular students, whether they are atheists, humanists, agnostics, free thinkers, over and across high schools and colleges. They have over 300 student-led chapters. They were founded in 2000. And they are also extending into international affiliates. So they are doing basically they are trying to expand more, have more awareness, and the money that you donate helps with those awareness campaigns, helps with expanding, helps them to be able to have events that make them more interesting to go to. I had a graphic to show you, but I didn't get it in here yet, so I'll fix that in just a moment. And they're also doing something awesome. We will have the instructions of how to do this tomorrow in the thing. But anybody who sends them a screenshot, I don't even know how. There's a formula. If anybody who donates any amount of money, you'll be able to fill out a form, and they will mail you a sticker pack, essentially, of stickers that you can use to advertise and show off and raise awareness locally. And I have a photo of the stickers in question, but I need to fix it to upload them. I need to upload that. So we'll show that to you here in just a little bit. But
so
yeah, go on.
I did some work with the Secular Student Alliance for years. Actually, for years, I was on their speakers bureau. And one of the nice things they used to do is local organizations could reach out to the national organization and say, hey, we'd like somebody to come down and give a talk or a lecture. And then they would have a list of available speakers and what topics they spoke on and, what they charged, and then the SSA would help them organize the event and fly them out. It'd be interesting to find out to what extent that Speakers Bureau still exists or has been revived, but I've been to a couple of their national conventions as well. And somebody in chat asked if I was going to pull out our brand new great big 8-foot carpet python. And what I decided to do, this is one of the reasons I jumped in now, is I said right away, the first single $500 donation that comes in, I will go down and get void. However, eventually somebody's going to donate $500 and they're not going to know anything about what it is. So every single hour that we're doing this, it goes up. So if you get a $500 donation in between now and the 7 o'clock hour, I'll go get void. And if not, at 7 o'clock, it then goes up to $600. And at 8 o'clock, it then goes up to $700 and things like that. So by tomorrow night, if nobody has donated a single $500 or a single X dollar donation for that, then I think it's going to be what, $24, $25, $26, $2,700 for me to get void out. And that'd be a good like end of the fundraiser push.
Also, as far as $500 donations go, we'll have instructions for this tomorrow. We will also have a special exclusive shirt that anybody, so on top of that Monad shirt that we're releasing, we're going to be releasing like a high donor shirt. Anyone who donates at least $500, there will be a way they can go improve it. And we will actually send them a link to claim that shirt for free. Tomorrow, we'll be able to show you what the shirt looks like. And anybody who donates at least $100 will be able to prove it, and they'll be able to purchase the shirt. But getting it for free will be for the $500. So yeah, lots of cool things and good reasons to, if you can. But in the meantime, what we really like are lots and lots of floods of small donations. And so to get things started, we're going to do a small donation flood real quick and just see how close we can get to the $10,000 mark, because we're already there. So everybody, at 6:20, which was about 90 seconds away, let's go ahead and do a big flood. I'm getting mine ready as well. Let's do a big flood of donations and see. We're at 8,622. Let's see if we can get to 10,000. After we do this flood, we are going to start the debate games. I'm excited to show you. I haven't even told these guys yet how it's working this time. Anyway, I'll be putting in $50 myself. I hope that this time the anonymous thing worked. At 6:20, as soon as it hits 20 on the dot, let's do a giant flood of donations. Donate what you can, and let's see if we can get tonight the thing over the $10,000 mark, of which we are under $14 away, and we're currently under a minute. As soon as you see the clock hit 20 minutes after, and we'll do some shout outs here. Does one of you have the Lines live chat up right now? I've got the Jimmy Snow one up. Okay.
Oh yeah, the Lines live chat.
Yeah. We'll do some shout outs to people who are doing it, and we're getting very, very close. As soon as it hits 20 minutes after, and then we'll do it for 2 or 3 minutes, and then we will start the debates for the night. But let's start off with a very big, nice, strong flood of donations to the Secular Student Alliance. A reminder, 100% of your donation goes to them. So you do not have to worry about who's taking a cut or whatever. $5 you donate, $5 goes to them. That's 6:20. I'm going to hit donate. You'll see my $50 land here, and in just a moment. And between the two channels, I think we should be able to. Everybody, please do flood it right now. Let's get ourselves over that $10,000 mark.
You said I should start shouting people out?
Yeah, I've got Jolly Roger and Beck and AJ. Who've you got?
Oh, I've got Similian Ben and Alosa and Pearlan Mar, or what, I don't know how to say that. And Ashley Ray and Soupy Dude and an anonymous person and this, but with the J. And Mr. Glum donated $100. And A Krenich, not just any old Krenich, just a Krenich. I got Kia Star 67 and Jolene and Mealy and Anonymous again. I don't know if this is the same Anonymous or different. This Anonymous.
I'll give it a second.
Canadian.
I'll do some more, and we'll hand off here. You can let a list of crew here. Della Luna, thank you. Lorette, I think is how that's pronounced. Thank you. Vernon Elections Korea. There's too many. I can't do all of those. Transfix, but you know who you are. Vernon Dale Thincy and Terrectal. Devin, thank you. Unstillborn, which is a kind of a funny name. Unstillborn, thank you, as well as several more anonymous donors. Let's see how close we are real quick. And Forrest, you can go ahead and do some more if you like. Where are we at now?
We're at like 9,300.
9,300. So let's keep spamming them in. Thank you, Lucy. Thank you, Lucy Purr, Megals, Almighty Diplodocus, Kiki, nice. And two cats. Thank you. Everybody flood $5, $1, $2, $10. Again, 100% of the donation. YouTube sends it straight to them. It doesn't hit us first or anything like that. 100% of your donation goes. Go ahead.
Shout out to Corn Job and Vegas Pam. And Elira, and a couple more, 3 more anonymous donors: Sapphic Hazard, Carolyn Gibson, K Black, Bailey C, another anonymous donor with $50, Inari Tenko and El Fiante, and Clint W and Ryan with another $50. Another anonymous person, Wet Sand, that's cool. The Kentucky Atheist, the only one.
Just one, yeah.
Ayla Ursa, Slug Racer, A Krenich donating again. Jesse Jerdak texted me and said, "Tell the viewers your name is Gabe Owners," and I don't know what that means. What is that?
Say it faster. I'm sorry. What was it?
Gabe Boners.
Ah, yes, of course. I don't know why it took me so long to get that.
You should have been able to do that in your head for sure.
No, I was distracted, and I was like, "Who's that?" Sure, I'm just dumb as all hell. Is the problem?
You were distracted by all the gay boners.
That's what it was. Yeah, another anonymous donation. Thank you so much. We had lots of people throwing in monies, and I'm very excited about that.
Arden, will you Google how to show name tags on StreamYard? Because I think there's a way, but I can't find it, and that will actually help us in a little bit if we have that option. All right, where are we at right now? We are at 9,500 on the dot. So if somebody wanted to throw in $500 right this second and get the snake unlock, we would be able to break that 10K goal right this very, very moment. Looks like we're out now 480 off from 10K. Thank you to Yoru, Nathan, Mr. Adam, and Quantum Chaos as well, y'all, for your donations. This episode is going out to 2 channels at the same time right now. We are over on The Line, and we are over on Jimmy Snow and The Line, which is a different thing, much more politically themed show. A channel over there is what we do. It's like another thing. And at some point we're going to bully. I told Justin if he feels like joining at some point, he'd be welcome to. I'd even be very happy to give him my slots specifically, but we'll see what happens. Thank you to Trans Dreamland. I don't know if that was on your end or mine. I think that's yours, actually.
Justin can almost always have my slot, but I'd rather he take your slot because then I get to do another show with Justin.
Yeah, I also feel that way.
I love talking about Matt's slot.
Justin's cool. Yep. Let's all talk about.
I heard you guys did an entire show about my slot sometime, but we took it offline. Maybe if they donate like $15,000, you will repost or recreate that video. Who knows?
I don't know if I know to what you're referring. Thank you, Floby1 Kenobi and Bobby Fletcher as well. And Rodney, thank you very much. Yeah, we're close. Like we could definitely, we could get there. We could do it. All we need is a little willpower, but more than that, we more specifically need cash.
Money.
Yeah, $375.
We should play.
How much does your power cost?
All right, I'm an
anonymous donor on this side just donated $500.
500. That's us.
They got it in before the hour, so I have to go down and get Void.
Cool.
Yep.
I'll wait to explain the debate rules tonight because
we'll wait for Matt's Void.
Fun.
Is he gonna pull the Void from the slot? Who knows?
The countdown that we have in it probably would go over top, right? This is. We need timers. Everybody tonight. You got something to write with tonight too, right?
I've got my whiteboard as usual. Unless you need something more substantial.
Good enough. Arden, you'll probably want a blank spreadsheet or to use the one that I sent you. The one. Yeah, I shared the spreadsheet with the debate menu on it tonight. Yeah, I'm pretty proud of this. I think it's going to be fun. It's going to be funny. It's going to be a lot of 1v1s for the record. There will be some refereeing by the third person. I'm hoping I get voted out every time and that I am never the referee. You know what I'm going to do for the moment is while Matt's doing that, I'll go ahead and get a live chat, and just to make it more interesting, we'll do a poll. What should be the first debate topic, and I'm gonna give you 4 options, and y'all can decide. Your options are Stephen Miller's best feature. The best board game is, and for the record, the options that they will have to defend, those are also chosen. So don't worry, they're not going to get to decide what that. You must spend $2,000 a year on ... and your new podcast host is, and I'm not going to tell anybody what the actual options on these things are. I'm going to put this over on. Why is it not letting me poll? Oh, that one's too long. 2K I could do. There we go. This is going over to my channel right now. Jimmy Snow will do a future poll on the other one. Sorry, people. There's we can only poll on one at a time. You guys are gonna have to pick. And again, what they will actually be defending won't be their choice. We'll be talking about that here in a minute. Let's see. Let me find. That is a big boy or girl.
This is Void. She's a big girl. She is a little overweight. She is both the longest and heaviest snake in our collection right now. She is a Brettles carpet python. Is several years old. And look at the thickness of her back here at that part. And the great coloration. Her coloration reminds me a lot of like northern blue-tongued skinks in their normal coloration. But yeah, this is Void. Let's get her face up here. Well, I got to get her off the mic. She's a rapper. Hard to get her off the mic.
I'm going to let you finish in a minute. But Beyonce, you can solo Matt's screen for a second there if you want while I fix them things here.
How do I even?
You can hit the the thing you just hit on you, hit on him instead.
Yeah, hit on me, baby.
Ayo.
Right.
There we go. Look at that girl.
Just reminds me of that most unhinged comment you got the other day.
I'm going to take my headphones off so that she doesn't knock them off so I can't actually hear anything. But we'll show her off for a couple more minutes and then I'll put her back up. But yeah.
Thank you to whoever that was, by the way.
Huge Brettles carpet python. I have her baby future boyfriend downstairs. It was a stonewashed
weird
hypo.
A lot of arranged marriages in the herp community.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Looks almost like 2 snakes.
It really does, actually.
Thank you so much for the donation to the SSA. I'm going to go put her back and stop holding up the game.
And we'll get started. All right, let me see what's winning on the poll so far. Stephen Miller's best feature is winning so far. Listen, I'll tell you, and I'm not trying to push my way or something here, but Stephen Miller's best feature is going to be a funny one. However, your new podcast host is, I promise you, I came up with great ones there. Just for the record, just saying, those ones are good. Those ones are good. Here's basically what's going to happen. We're going to end up having a bit of an auction. I'm going to have to repeat some of this when Matt's back. But basically, we're going to use donations first to decide who is going to defend which part of the proposition. So go ahead. If you're on my channel right now, Jimmy Snow on the line, I'm going to close the voting in like 2 minutes. We're going to do a bit of an auction, and you'll see now that we have little numbers next to our names on the screen here. This basically is votes. When the time comes to vote, if you want to vote for me, you end your donation in a 3. If you want to vote for Matt, you end your donation in a 5. If you want to vote for Forrest, you end your donation in a 7. I basically put these from left to right on who people like. And no one likes me. Everyone likes Forrest. So that put Matt in the middle. Basically, Forrest at $7 is the hardest one to get votes, but also he's the one who claims like he's the one who would want that position, because then there's no asterisk next to his name if he wins anything. All right, I'm going to start over the explanation because Matt's back. Here's the deal. We're going to have propositions, and it looks like we're going to go ahead and close it. The very first debate is going to be on Stephen Miller's best feature. 2 of us are going to be having this debate with each other. One of us will be defending that his best feature is his sexual charisma, and the other one will be defending that his best feature is his political positions. Now, here's how we're going to decide who is defending which part. And it gets even more fun than that. In a moment, we're going to have an auction for the sexual charisma one. And we'll basically give you a time period that it ends by. And everyone that comes in with basically Arden is going to be watching, and she's going to mostly guess. She's going to say, I think most of the donations were, so say you wanted me to defend sexual charisma, you would want to flood it with donations that, as the screen says, ends in the number 3. If you want it to be Matt, it'll be the number 5, 4, 7 when we do each one. Once the debate, we're going to auction off the first position, and then we'll auction off the second position. The third person who doesn't get a position is going to keep track of the timer as well as the golden microphone. So let's say it was Matt and I debating. That screen would look a little bit like not that. We would come here, and then Arden would go there, and Matt would go here. I'd have to rearrange everything, but this is what it would look like. And Forrest would be down there in the center, and he's going to have a 6-minute timer. Once the debate begins, whoever has the host 1 position, whoever has position 1, will begin defending their position. Every time we pass an additional $100 mark of donations, the microphone gets moved to the other person. So right now it's on me. If we passed a $100 mark, Arden will move it to the other one, and Forrest will say, oh, it's a switch. Forrest is also going to tell us when there is 4 minutes left, 2 minutes left, 1 minute left, and 0. Basically, you're basically just with the stopwatch, you're going to figure that out. So basically, there's a bunch of things happening. The golden microphone is still active, and we as debaters will have to do our best, because in this situation, I might end up with only 30 seconds or so to defend Stephen Miller's sexual charisma, while Matt might get a whole 5.5 minutes to defend his political positions as being his best feature. That is how tonight's thing's going to go. We have a whole menu of debates. The first one that won was the Stephen Miller sexual charisma one. Where did I go?
I'm just going to point for a second. So it's Mike switch at 100, and then what's the timer on the debates? Like how long?
6-minute debates.
The whole,
and we'll remind
6-minute
you
debates.
Yeah.
I am going to fuck this up.
Yep, it's going to be chaotic and terrible. And we're the line. So let's start the bidding at which one of us. A reminder, if you want, and let's put this back in order by. Which one of us would you like to defend that Stephen Miller's best feature is sexual charisma? You can begin the voting as soon as the clock hits 6:35, and we will go until 6:37. So 37 after. If you want it to be me, send a donation ending with 3, Matt with 5, Forrest with 7. Donate now. Mm-hmm. Yes, thank you, Austin Liberal. And we're the line. It is going to be chaotic. Start your donations now-ish. It's just about the time. We'll end it at 7, and whoever has the most donations, based on looking at the chat, we will be the person who is going to defend that position. So it looks like so far I am the one starting with the. So far we have 1 vote for me for the sexual charisma one. We've got another. Okay. This is already a little bit backfiring because I'm immediately getting sexual charisma, which is wild. That's strange that it
people
would
over
be
here donating whole numbers. They don't even care what's happening. They're excited.
Like, we want the only. Okay, we've got a couple for. I'm looking right now. You have again only until the clock hits 37. So get it in quick. Right now it looks like Matt and I are tied for defending the sexual charisma.
We've got 2 votes for Jimmy and 1 for me over here, and 1 for Matt.
I've got both up. Luckily, I've got both chats up. That's another one on me. That's another one on Matt. Matt and I still tied again. End your donation with a 3.
I can't believe that people are even debating this. When it comes to debating sexual charisma, there's only one choice.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I knew how that was going to end.
I wish you'd just stop pretending and acknowledge that I should be the one to defend.
Yeah. Whereas I think I least want to defend it. And I feel that you guys are doing it to me because I'm the queer man. I think that's what it is, and that this is actually a method of oppressing my queerness. Let's see. It looks like
True.
now Forrest does have another vote for the sexual charisma. We are getting close in on here. People flood it, by the way. The whole idea is to flood this with donations and it be fun. I think right now, Arden, by your estimate, who's winning, Matt or myself? I've got 1, 2.
On this end, you and Forrest both have 2 votes, so no winner yet.
Oh, you're not. I've got both chats up.
I don't have a. I can only
3.
look at my chat on my phone right now because it's not working on my other computer, so I can only look at one chat.
We've got 3. It looks like Matt
just
just got to 4 between all of them. And we are at 37. So Matt, right at the end, Matt will be taking on the proposition and got up to 5. Matt will be defending the sexual charisma of Stephen Miller when the debate starts. Now, starting at 6:38 to 6:40, so you'll have 2 minutes. At 6:40, we will cut off voting. You now need to just vote between myself and Forrest. I'll move us over here. End your donation in a 3 or a 7 based on who do you want to defend, that it is in fact his political positions that are his best feature. Go, and you will begin that in just a moment. You will either need to have your donation end in $3 or $7 on the basis, do you want Matt and I to debate, or do you want Forrest and I to, or Forrest and Matt to debate on Stephen Miller's best feature? As soon as the clock hits 38, we begin. I should get a regular clock up. This would be easier to see. Has it hit it yet? Yes. Now go ahead. Who is debating Matt? Give $3 or $7. So far, I am winning. Thank you, Fuzzy Logic, with 1 vote. Go ahead and flood those donations in. And by the way, I know which one we're doing next because I feel people will have much stronger feelings about the new podcast host debate, which will be after this one. Right now, Forrest and I tied. Now I've taken the edge. Stephen Miller ahead. Now we're tied again. Remember, you have until the clock hits 40. On this side. Yep, I see. Now I am 2 ahead, 3 ahead.
Excellent.
People really want. Hey guys, if you make Forrest do it by starting at a minimum of $7, we'll also make even more money. I am now 4 ahead, 5 ahead. Okay, thank you, John. I thought
John Gleason also wants you to donate. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, actually, yep, John. I really thought we were close. Wild. I would have, that's interesting. We only have until the clock hits 6:40. Until the clock hits 6:40.
Somebody else donated $5 to get Matt to donate Matt
to debate himself. I think I'm still 4 ahead of Forrest. Now I'm only 3 ahead of Forrest, except for Chrissy just got me back to 4 ahead of Forrest. Let's see what happens here. My camera quality looks bad suddenly. It looks good on my end. I don't know what to say. That's another one for Forrest. John being very much a both sides are a problem kind of guy. There we go. Thank you, John. That is better.
Fed sitter.
Yes, very centrist, and I appreciate that. That's what I appreciate about you. Let's see. I'm still like 4 ahead. Thank you very much for the New Zealand $200. However, does not affect the vote at all. Come on, people. Please spam.
That's all broken up into threes.
Please spam several $7 chats here, please. That one's another for me. And that's it. All right. I will be donating, or I will be debating Matt Dillahunty on whether or not Stephen Miller, Arden, would you get a photo of Stephen Miller real quick ready so we can just have that and put that up and make sure people know who we're talking about here? Whether it is Stephen Miller's sexual charisma or his, which will be Matt's defense point, or political positions. And then Forrest, if you will get a 6-minute timer up and ready, as soon as we show people Stephen Miller, Arden's working on that for us. We should be.
And I've got a calculator.
Am I looking blurred? Anybody else?
I can only see the donations here on YouTube or on the line channel. Can I pull them up on your channel too?
I've got like a whole double split screen over here where I have the live chat from both going at the same time.
I'm not sure how to get the picture of him in, because I would put it in as an overlay, but if we put it up, it would get rid of the mics, I think.
So if we do a media asset, and you said as an overlay, well, just for a moment, we're not going to do it the whole time. I just want to show people a picture of Stephen Miller. But yeah, just for a momentary overlay is fine. Okay.
This is the only JPEG that could come off of Google. All the others were WebP files that wouldn't fit in. So it's
Ugh.
it's
Yeah,
horrible.
so
but
the pixelation does not help. But what does?
wretched-
What would help?
The witness protection program would add enough pixelization to make it better.
We'd all be much, much happier. All right, let me go ahead and get the donation thing up. So Arden, you are going to be watching now. Every time we're going to make it very, very simple. Every time we break another $100, whoever's talking, and we're not going to worry about the whole thing of like, okay, but if someone donates 200, does it go back or whatever? Anytime there's a significant change, the mic moves where we are. So right now we're at $10,607. As soon as the 6 end changes, Arden is going to move the mic to the other individual. Do you want to test how our mics look right now? Make sure that the graphics are good to go.
yeah, I was also gonna say, let me go grab my iPad because then I think I could actually watch both chats. I could put
Okay.
the other chat up on that. So
Yeah, we can give you a moment. So
that's
Matt and I will be debating Stephen Miller's best feature for 6 minutes. And if you would like, basically, Matt will get to begin. And if you would like to stop Matt's argument and hear from me about why his political positions are his best feature, you will do so. And then at the end, we'll do a little poll on who won the debate, and we'll let the referee pick a winner or something, I guess. And then we're going to move on to the next one. Let me go ahead, and while she's doing that, I will announce the next one. The debate after this one will be, you are starting a new podcast. You must do 100 episodes of an hour long, and your podcast co-host will be either Ken Ham or Kent Hovind. So that is who we will be arguing for. Ken
That'll be
Ham
the next one.
or Kent Hovind. Yes. We will.
I'm going to need y'all to donate $7 for that one because it's going to be a lot of fun for me.
Well, but you haven't. Which one are you wanting? $7. Which podcast co-host?
Give me some time to think about it because I think
want
I
to
already know.
They're both
I already
pretty
know.
bad.
They're both god awful.
They're both
just
pretty much
fucking
the worst. People.
Abysmal.
Yeah.
People, debaters, everything.
By the way, if people want
Only
to
one of
send
them
in,
beats their wife, as far as I know.
you can in live chat if you like. You know what's funny is I don't even know which one, and I fully would believe it could be either of them.
Right?
Spare the rod. Let's
spoil
see.
the wife.
That's right. That's what I heard anyway. We're just waiting for Arden to get back here. Okay, Arden is back. Excellente.
Look, I always have the golden microphone. I'm going to order this off Amazon so that if you try to take it away from me, I can just hold it up.
Cheat face, McGee.
Did you see how your green screen ruined it? It's a platinum microphone now.
Well, it's actually that pretty close to that color. They had more yellow gold ones, but not in that. Oh, there's some. There's a 4-pack of them, Jimmy. There's a 4-pack that can get here tomorrow for $20.
This is my new set piece that I'm very proud of.
We're living in the future.
I actually want to do a set that's just old antique phones for the Colin shows one day.
So basically, you took my red phone for the hang up and decided to just go older, making me feel younger. Thank you.
I wish it was older, because here's the funny thing. This isn't a real rotary. They're just buttons.
Oh, you fraud. Not only did I grow up with a real rotary, but one of my grandmothers had this plastic thing that looked like a wing with a ball on the end, and you use that to dial so that you didn't have to put your finger in the circle. You use that thing to dial.
For the germaphobes. All right, Forrest, you are going to have a 6-minute timer ready for the two of us. Is that, have you achieved this?
Yes, I have it over here.
Excellent. And when you say go, Matt will begin defending the sexual charisma as Stephen Miller's best feature. And a reminder to the people watching, if you would like it to change over to that I should be defending that his best feature is political opinions, we need to merely change the third number. Right now we're at 10,612. That needs to go up. Every time we break at least $100 mark, the mic will move. Whoever is talking must shut up. Forrest will let us know the mic has moved, and the other person will begin talking. So you can definitely
Gio, I'm less nervous because I had a calculator pulled up. I forgot I've got the donation counter over here. Okay, yeah. Now I'm totally ready.
Yes. All right, good enough. All right. You go ahead and let Matt know when to begin, Forrest. Anytime you're ready.
All right. On your mark, get set, go.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank you for coming to this debate and for donating to the Secular Student Alliance. Today, I'm here to defend the notion that Stephen Miller's best feature is his sexual charisma. And let me tell you, this is the easiest debate I've ever done. You see, Stephen Miller's political views are absolutely terrible, but they can, in fact, do actual harm. His sexual charisma, on the other hand, while it's just as bad as his political views in some respect, is completely ineffective. It means it's not going to do anything. There's not going to be any people actually attracted to it because it's non-existence. And as we know from The Sound of Music and physics, maybe, nothing comes from nothing. Nothing ever could. And with no riz, there can be no harm. Yes, I suppose there is the issue that his complete lack of riz may have made him more bitter and more eager to implement his political views, but he has a wife. And even though she's definitely cucking him with, I think, Elon Musk, he, like other uglier than homemade sin individuals, is able to maintain the illusion that he's hot and that he has riz. And so other women are not at risk as they would be if he actually had sexual charisma. So at a minimum, his inner self is so hideous that his outer self, despite being similarly hideous, wins by default. His riz, his sexual charisma, attracts both incels as well as women, which does tend to give MAGA some power, but it's power that might be susceptible to a really good shower and a few minutes with the guys from Queer Eye conducting a makeover. Stephen Miller, if he became the key sex symbol for the entire Republican Party,
I think
would exterminate that.
I would like to appeal to your actual logic and reason, people here, because logic and reason is what we're here for. And while my opponent wants to pretend there's no sexual presence at all in some way, let's be clear, his wife is a solid 9. He did it with something. So what I'm here to appeal to you is your reason. Listen, life is tough. It's hard. You're getting up every day and you're working, you're laboring, you're trying to get food on the table for your families. And wouldn't you just like it if some of the things people look to you to do were taken off of your hands? Don't you want to have to do less and less things that stress you out and make you anxious and make you sick? Well, what if you donated enough so I can tell you in a moment what that thing is, because I just lost the golden microphone, but I will tell you.
No, you didn't. It's only at 801. It should be 8812 for you to lose the golden microphone.
We only break the one number.
What?
It's much easier that way.
Oh, for fuck's sake. I've been keeping track of other things. Go ahead, Matt.
That's all right. The one person here who doesn't have the golden mic is fucking Forrest. And Forrest, though, should understand as much as anybody. See, I'm a huge fan of Survivor. And this season on Survivor, there's this young guy who keeps calling himself the Riz Master. And he is sincerely and severely lacking in Riz. But he has this same condition that Stephen Miller has, which is one where he suspects that he has charisma. And that's where we're safe. Despite the fact that there's a complete lack of physical attractiveness, despite the fact that he could, with some improvements, be like the sexy bald captain view, where people, they're going to prefer Picard. Definitely, I mean, just look between Jimmy and I. Stephen Miller at least picks a good barber, but you have to do some actual work as well to make sure that your face lights up and doesn't look like you always just ate a shit sandwich or force somebody else to eat a shit sandwich. But I don't know what they're saying back and forth there. The key thing is something can be someone's best feature and still be absolutely awful and disgusting. Just like if there is a shit sandwich, its best feature would be that kernel of corn that made it through unscathed, because you at least might be able to rinse that off and find a use for it. And I think that's the category that Stephen Miller's charisma and sexual appeal definitely fall into. It is his, of the two features we're debating, it is his best feature. If for no other reason than I don't tend to like to mock people for things that aren't their personal choices and decisions. And so I don't want to fat shame people, and I don't want to shame someone for having genetics that make them perhaps unusually attractive or unusually unattractive. But in this case, it seems to largely be a choice on his part, that he's decided how to style himself and how to present himself. And that means that he is absolutely 100% to blame for that.
Okay, I finally got enough money to do this thing. Holy shit. First of all, Forrest, you're supposed to be giving minute warnings every minute. Second of all,
who said that?
You're tired, you're anxious, you're depressed. You don't have time to decide who to hate. He decides who you should hate. He'll take care of it for you. Imagine all of the stress you can let go of because you either can just hate him
and
or hate
not
the people
only is the timer
you.
up, it actually also just switched back to Matt anyway.
Well, it's good enough. It's good enough. All right, that was my final. I was like, am I really not going to get to make my final pitch here? You do? Nope. Okay, so people, we'll go back over the rules here in just a moment. Thank you very much. We are now over the $11,000 mark, and we will put a poll. Arden, why don't you go ahead and let the line decide this time who won the debate, Matt or Jimmy? I got to say, disproportionate. I didn't really get enough time. I didn't get enough time to make my case. But
I would have been happy to give Jimmy more time. As a matter of fact, if you'd like to handicap me in the future and give him twice as much time just to make it fair, I'm good with that too.
Or doing both in $3 and $5.
Yeah, right now just do a poll on the line and just let them, just a regular poll that says who won, Jimmy or Matt.
Stephen Miller won.
That's right. That's right. Now part of me wanted to change the thing of like, oh, let's move the debate to whether or not we're allowed to body shame fascists. Because that's a tough one. That's a tough one. Because it's like, if we aren't sure whether or not we're allowed to, surely body shaming comes before imprisoning a group, right? And I would put in prison for sure. All right, who won? Obviously, I'm going to vote for myself. But I
don't know that that's necessarily a straight path, nor is it mutually exclusive. Like, you could body shame and put him in prison, and you could put him in prison without body shame. If you told me you have a choice between those two things, I think the most morally correct position would be to put him in prison, not to body shame him.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think we're going to get him in prison. So I think it's all I have left.
None of these people are going to prison. The president just commuted the entirety of George Santos's prison sentence today. And I'm pretty sure he's going to let Ghislaine Maxwell out before long too.
All right, I'll do another poll for. Yeah, all right.
What's the next topic?
Do we want to just make it the podcast one, or do we want to let the people vote again? I can give them a few, but I like that podcast one. It's basically, the next topic is, you have a contract for a new podcast for 101-hour episodes. Your new podcast host is either Ken Ham or Kent Hovind. And so let's come back to this little and then I gotta keep fixing this. Arden, do you want to just keep yourself off the stage unless you need to say something? I feel like that'll
get off the stage.
Fix a lot of these issues. Does that work? Yeah, cool.
Nobody puts baby in a corner.
Arden's the best. So we will start the voting when the clock hits 57. And let me switch these two up. When the clock hits 57, should I do a recap of the rules? Because a lot of people have come in. Here's what's happening, people. We're doing debates between us right now. And the first thing we're doing is an auction for who's taking what point up. And every dollar we are raising right now, 100% of it goes to the Secular Student Alliance, which the shorthand version is they're the opposite of Turning Point USA. That's why you should donate. That's my quick pitch. We're about to run an auction for who's going to take which position in this debate. There will only be two debaters. In this case, we will be debating whether or not our podcast host, the better podcast host for our 100-episode podcast, will be Ken Ham or Kent Hovind. When the auction begins, you will vote if you want me to defend. We're going to start with host one, who is going to defend that Ken Ham is the best podcast co-host. If you want to vote for me, you'll donate with something that ends in a 3. For Matt, something that ends in a 5. And for Forrest, something that ends in a 7. We're going to start that round of voting.
I'll take either one. So
we're about to do the Ken Ham voting. That's going to start as soon as the clock hits 57. Once the clock hits 57, vote for who you want to defend that will be their ideal podcast host. And again, you do that by a 3, a 5, or a 7. Once we hit 57, if you want it to be me to defend Ken Ham, I think Bobtailed Trucker just really wants Forrest and did it a little bit early, so we'll go ahead and count that one anyway. That's fine by me. We're generous.
Too. I donated for Forrest right off the bat.
For Ken Ham?
I don't care which one. I'd like to see Forrest debate himself for both of them.
I don't know. That's fair enough. Voting has begun. So for who's going to be paired with Ken Ham, I will say I am partial to, first of all, let's be honest. Nobody wants me on another podcast. I'm across enough podcasts right now. What y'all want to see is Forrest and Matt argue over who will have the better podcast co-host between Ken Ham and Kent Hovind.
Whoa, I misunderstood. You said that we were going to have a 100 episode, 1 hour podcast, and we were picking the host. The superior co-host between Ken and Ham. So I thought you said host. I didn't know we would have to be doing the show with them.
Yes. So right now, Forrest is winning dramatically. I actually think it would be funnier to put, I'm just going to pitch that Matt with Ken Ham is funnier and Forrest with Kent Hovind is funnier. So if you agree with me, you need to right now flood $5, and then we do the $7 when it comes to the Kent Hovind one, and we just make me referee. I think, but it looks like everybody wants you with that silly Australian. It's the Australian or New Zealander.
We'll see what the next one says.
As soon as we hit that
59
mark.
Either one.
That's right. Let's see.
I think honestly, I'd prefer Kent Hovind out of the two. I'd still do either one, but out of the two, I think I'd be able to talk about Kent Hovind a bit more.
You know what? I think we're also going to add another rule tonight. And I just thought of this, but go ahead. Right now, Forrest is definitely still winning on the Ken Ham end, but not as much by, I don't have to start counting yet by how much. If you spammed it right now at 59, we would do it. Okay. 59. I have a new interesting rule. I think we're almost out of voting time. Matt's getting a couple more. 1, 2, 3, 4. But up against Matt's is several more. You'd have to. All right, that ends the Fuzzy. I agreed with you, but unfortunately, Forrest is getting the Ken Ham slot. That's what's going to be. Forrest is across Ken Ham. All right. Here's the thing, people. Here is the new rule we're going to add to voting. During the voting, at any time, if somebody votes over $250 with a number that ends in 3, 5, or 7, as long as the voting is still happening, that wins automatically for whatever it's being voted on. So right now, Kent Hovind, you'll only be able to do it, I guess, between Matt and I right now because Kent Hovind is gone. But from now on, if you vote for over $250, you can overwhelm whatever the will of the people was. And as long as it's at least $250, which obviously we're doing for charity reasons, making it so high, you can basically pick, and it's whoever does it first. So if 2 people do it back to back and they have conflicting ones, sorry, the one who hits our feed first is the one that goes that's going in. But you're going to be Ken Ham starting at 7:01, which will be in a moment. If you want Matt to win, it's going to be $5, and Matt will have to defend a better podcast with him and Kent Hovind, or me to win a podcast with myself and Kent Hovind. As soon as the clock hit 7:01, and then we'll go through 7:03, that debate will happen. So you're going to want to spam $5 donations if you want it to be Matt versus Forrest, or $3 donations, or ending in 3 if you want it to be myself versus Forrest. Here we go. It's getting very, very close. Here I go working on my. Definitely spam those. I don't think you people actually want me. I think we all know it'll be funnier to the point that I'm willing to make.
Jimmy.
I'm willing to make
trust me.
$3.
You want Jimmy to defend this, not me.
I'm looking forward to how you would decide Kent Hovind of all people. We have begun. Somebody donated $21, which is not one of the votes. So right now, either $3 or $5. Do you want myself or Matt? who is going to be having that debate.
Everybody donate $3. Get Jimmy in here on the cheap. Get him in here on the cheap. Make him work his ass off. There we go. $3.
2 votes for me, one for you so far. Okay, we are tied. I'm ahead by 1. I can't imagine. I don't know who you people are that think that this will be funnier at all. I don't get it at all. But that's
right. You don't get humor. You don't understand why I know it's going to be funnier.
I don't get it at all. I am not a funny man.
Ask Arden. She'll know. She'll tell you.
Let's see. It looks like we're now back to tied. Now Matt is ahead by 1, or we're tied. You're definitely at least ahead by 1 now. Now I think we're tied again.
There you go. Give it to Jimmy. Get those votes in for Jimmy. There's another 3-pound vote.
I'm gonna fully cheat here. Continue.
You're gonna claim that 3 pounds is $5?
No. I'm gonna donate. I'm gonna donate $5.
Oh, wow.
Get that in fast enough.
See, Jimmy's trying to cheat because he's afraid.
That's true. That's definitely true. I'm okay. You are for a second. I was like, shit, wait, did I just vote for myself by accident? As soon as we hit the 3, it's pretty close. We're going to have to count them up here in a moment. Spam the $3 or the $5 if you want it. Forrest versus me, or Matt versus Forrest on Ham versus Hoven. That's another vote for Matt. I think Matt is edging this out. As soon as the clock hits 7:03, we are calling it good. The $3 Canadian does count. Yeah, as long as it says 3.00. Because I don't think any of those other countries where it gets wild. Okay, almost tied up, but then we got 2 in there. Good, and that's 7:03. So we are locked there. I'm gonna quick count. I'm gonna lock that at Damien. So Matt has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 votes, and on that one, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 on this one. Whereas I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I think 8. Whoops, 8, 9. Oh yeah. You won by like 4, 10. We won by like 3. All right, excellent, everybody. So now here's what happens next. Matt will be defending that his podcast, co-hosted by Ken Ham, is the superiorly co-hosted, that his co-host is the superior to Forrest's new 100 episode podcast, which will feature, let me switch these up, which will feature Kent Hovind, Ken Ham and Kent Hovind. Sorry, I just flipped it. Forrest, you have Ken Ham. Matt has Kent Hovind. They will be going for 6 minutes. Forrest will get to begin his defense. And if you want the mic to move, if you look at the amount of money that we've raised, you just have to change the number in the hundreds slot. So right now we are at 11,375. So as soon as that hits 4, I will tell that person to shut up and we will move to the other one, because I will be refereeing, as well as I will be giving some countdown, sort of a heads up. Well, I'll let them know when they're at 2 minutes left, whatever, reasonable amounts of time. So, gentlemen, Forrest, are you ready to begin?
I am ready.
People, get your donations ready, and we are going to get going, starting right now. Please tell us the name of your new podcast with Forrest and Ken Ham.
Let me begin with this. Think about who Ken Ham and Kent Hovind really are for a moment. Ken Ham, a man who runs a multi-million-dollar multinational cult, encouraging people to believe every literal word of the Bible exactly as it is written, but only the version that they like and only the interpretation they like. And that is the primary source of truth. A man who earned a bachelor's degree in applied science and I believe a teaching certificate from an accredited university, and doesn't remember a single goddamn thing that he learned during that time. A man who could, if pressured, actually define the terms that he was talking about, if not poorly. On the other hand, you've got Kent Hovind, who is an outdated wife-beating racist who hasn't changed his terrible arguments in the past 30 years and is so desperate just to remain halfway relevant that he makes his entire career just rage-baiting atheists on the internet to try to get somebody to make a response video about him. It's just not going to be as good of a podcast. It's not going to be nearly as good of a watch. Meanwhile, with Ken Ham, all we have to do is get him to grapple with the history of the Bible, or better, the history of his own religion. I'm going to show you right here my screen there. I hope you can see this is a short on YouTube.
Shut up, Forrest. Go ahead, man.
We have moved the microphone, and I'd like to say that I thought Forrest made a valiant attempt at something that seems to be impossible. You see, the reason that Kent Hovind would be a much better podcast co-host, the reasons are many. In fact, first of all, he's a doctor. Now, yes, he got his doctorate from Patriot University, which means he's also a patriot. He's also been accused and or convicted of, I don't recall which one, of domestic violence. And he was sentenced to 10 years in prison for tax evasion. So the stories that he has, both from his dinosaur adventure park and from his general life of just being awful, those are all like important stories. That is a source of much amusement. And unlike Ken Ham, he's approachable. When I went to the Ark Encounter, I asked to see Ken Ham and was not allowed to. Ken Ham would not come near me. But Kent Hovind actually actively sought me out. And Kent regularly does video production, including live video production. And what he's done as a segment on one of his shows is Whack an Atheist. And so the name of our podcast is going to be Whacking Off Atheists. Both literally and metaphorically, Kent Hovind is going to stroke the atheist's ego by being so absolutely ridiculous that the host of the show just keeps putting up softballs. Kent Hovind will say stuff. Atheists will have
3 minutes.
Epistemic orgasms and real orgasms from getting whacked off regularly by Kent Hovind.
It hasn't moved yet. You got to keep going.
Well, I could keep going. I don't know what else there is to say about the man and why he'd be the best co-host, because we've listed like his entire life accomplishments, other than his son. And I would like to say that I've never met Ken Hovind in person, but I have met his son, Eric, in person. And I know that they had a falling out and Eric wanted to do a debate with me. Eric, everyone, if you're a praying person, you need to pray for Eric, because Eric's father is an evidentialist and thinks that there's evidence for Christ and anti-evolution stuff. And Eric's former best friend, Citan Bruggencate, who's no longer allowed to, actively proselytize or be an apologist by his church because of, sexual misadventures. He's a presuppositionalist. So Eric put himself in this really difficult position of being half presuppositionalist and half evidentialist. And I think that if we had Kent Hovind as my Whack Off an Atheist podcast host, we might be able to at least get his son on to either reconcile with him or to go head to head in a debate about how valuable evidence is and whether or not it's needed and whether or not there is evidence. If you don't want to see Kent Hovind whack off atheists, I don't know what's wrong with you. I mean, take a look at Ken Ham. I mean, there's only one apologist that I would pick over the two of these, and that is Banana Man himself. But we can do that anytime because Ray is pretty desperate for the attention. And if he found out that either Forrest got Ken Ham or I got Ken Hovind,
Forrest,
Ray would come to both.
You have 55 seconds.
In this video that I was going to show you, we have What's Wrong with America. And this is a particularly funny short from them because we get this graphic right here, which says that the problems with America are all in the secular worldview. And the secular worldview is this: gay marriage, euthanasia, abortion, pedophilia, racism, and gender issues. I would make Ken Ham account for every single bit of this and its affiliation with the church, especially this big one right here. I would also make sure that Ken Ham just read the sentence directly before and the sentence directly after every single quote that he makes about a famous scientist saying evolution isn't true. That would be every episode of the podcast. It would start and end with a clip from Answers in Genesis saying, this scientist says this thing. And I would say, okay, here's the source. I want you now to read aloud the next sentence and tell me what it says. And that would be the entire post. And it would be so good.
That is time. So we are starting a poll over on the Jimmy Snow channel this time. Who won Was it Matt or Forrest?
Who won?
The
Who
debate?
lost?
What is that from? Oh, that's from
Big
the
rap battles of
You
history.
deserve.
That's right. Yeah. There we go. And people remember the most fun thing is to chaotically move the mic as much as possible. That's pretty much the most fun.
I was
thing to do.
genuinely hoping that you would win and you would have to debate that against Forrest, because I was going to set up with Arden to, right before the last minute, jump in off the top rope as the rogue debater to say you're both wrong and Ray Comfort is the best co-host ever.
I'm going to be honest. I forgot who Ray Comfort was. I like, he didn't exist in my brain anymore, and that's why he wasn't one of the options.
He made a video about me once and then immediately took it down, and I haven't been able to find it since. And I want so badly to see, because it was hysterical.
Yeah.
He made a video about me. I did a reaction video to this terrible Christian movie called The Matter of Faith, and Ray Comfort made a reaction video about me reacting to the movie, about how I'm this terrible, angry atheist and how I'm cruel and all this. That's all this whole thing. It was fucking gold to watch, because in the movie A Matter of Faith, it's all about these college kids, and they have this really funny, charming professor that's teaching them evolution and like leading them away from God. And the professor keeps making just terrible, corny jokes, and the kids all laugh, and it's really like awkward and forced. And so several times in my video, I also do this awkward, forced, over the top, ridiculous laugh. And Ray Comfort, in his video about me, it felt like a fever dream. He would take those clips of me and put like sinister music behind them and make it sound like that was me literally laughing at Christians. And it was so fucking fun to watch. If anybody downloaded that or took it all like from YouTube, just anybody can send that to me. I would love it so much, because it was so fucking good. You've got me like, like doing this very obviously fake laugh with like a red tint on the screen and like creepy music in the background. It's great. You got to look it up.
I posted a video response today, went live to everyone, because this guy I've never heard of, but his name is Cliff Buell, posted heavily edited, ridiculous, dishonest snippets of a debate that I did like 5 years ago with Glenn Scrivener, maybe longer than that, with Glenn Scrivener, and then suggesting that I was defending Hitler. And so I put a video up today calling him out for lying for clicks in Christ, and somebody says he has taken it down and they could not find it. I don't know if that's true. If anybody in chat happens to know that it's still up, and send me a link so that I can see that it's still up.
So here's what we're going to do next, people, because I think we're going to add some spice, add some fun and everything. Don't forget, when we do the next round of voting, if somebody wants to bypass it, they can merely donate $250 plus their vote dollar amount, $255, $253, and you'll be able to just choose whoever does it first. However, here's what we're going to do. If by the time I get back from using the bathroom and grabbing a snack, we have broken the $12,000 mark, which right now we are $467 away from, our next debate topic will be, you are stuck on a desert island with one book. Do you want the Bible or the Quran? Those are the books to choose from. That will be the debate topic. And then the immediate topic immediately after will be, oh goodness, you found one more book and you will have to choose between the Book of Mormon or Dianetics. So
clarifying question, is the Quran in English to where I could read it?
Yes, every book is in English. Yeah. So it's not the true Quran, but it's at least it's a Quran-like book. Because right, isn't it not true if it's in English? Anyway. That's what they like to say. So if by the time I get back from peeing in a snack, you guys have raised, and Matt, the two of them are going to talk to you and try and raise it, $467, we will make that the next topic. Otherwise, if we don't, we're going to go something lame that only Matt will hate, which is defending whether the best board game is Monopoly or Catan. That will be also fun, but we will, if you want that to be the case, you could start donating right now, by the way. As long as we've passed $12,000 by the time I get back, peeing and grabbing a snack, I will not pee in the snacks. we will do that topic next, and I will let these two now chat with you and hope they raise that money.
I hope that everyone donates now, the very moment that Jimmy is gone. Just if nothing else, to send a message that it's cowardice. It's pure cowardice that he isn't just pissing here on stream. Like he could be sticking around. He could be continuing on the mission. He could be upholding his commitment to the SSA. But old Peepaw has got to go and relieve himself somewhere else, and I think that's shameful.
I think so too. It's one of those things. There are ways that he could have done this without risking any sort of demonetization, and I think he could have gotten donations about which bottle he had to pee into. Yes. I mean, do you use a Gatorade bottle like the green Gatorade so that maybe it's kind of close? Do you use a Country Time lemonade jug?
He could have done a whole 3-cup Monty, and one of them was his drinking bottle. You know what I mean? It could have been a whole thing.
Get like a bottle of Dasani and then send it back to them and say, "Look, this is not."
And they wouldn't have known the difference. The fact of the matter is, the man just didn't have the fortitude, the courage to bust a hot waz right here in front of all of you for your entertainment, and I think that you should hold him accountable. I think that
I do too.
At the end of the
day,
we're
only $375 away from that goal, and the issue here is, you guys all know that Forrest and I always consistently make you laugh more than Jimmy, and entertain you more than Jimmy, and educate you more than Jimmy. And so what better thing could we do while he's gone than just make a quick demonstration that, yep, we can get, now we need $325. We don't know when he's coming back. You don't know Jimmy's bladder. I mean, he could get in there and pee right away and come back, or he might be gone for 5 or 10 minutes. So if you'd rather reward Jimmy for not being here, now is the time to do it. We're 200.
That's
320.
And also this is also a good time to place your bets. Place your bets on Jimmy's bladder. Like let people take the time to decide or assume or guess how long the man is going to be whizzing and wazzing in the next room. Also, do call him Peepaw when he comes back. I think he'll enjoy that. I think he'll like that. Not just as a bit about now, but just moving forward in his career. Now
it's like we're only $200 away. I'm absolutely confident that somebody can do this before Jimmy gets back. But let me just tell you, I'm already gearing up. I am gearing up to defend a particular position on the Deserted Island book. And I'm going to lobby big for donations. So while I genuinely hope that we cross that line before Jimmy gets here, I mean, and it's you guys are killing it. You're doing great. We are $190 away. I'm going to need some of you to keep your $5 donations ready and queued up, so that when I tell you what I want to defend and debate, you can flood the zone, just like Trump and MAGA. Flood the zone.
Yeah,
give so many $5 donations that those Forrest and Jimmy fans don't even know how to keep up.
Exactly. Yes, do the thing. I'm happy to moderate that one because honestly, I feel like my jokes would be the same jokes no matter what book I get. But I want to hear some actual some takes. You know what I mean? I'm happy to be down there in Dr. Ben's glory hole. That's where I want to be. You heard that? Every time we have the little mini picture,
but it catches me off guard when it's just said out of the blue.
Just casually. Yeah.
Is that what casual is now? It's hard being casual.
Hey, we just got that 200.
There you go.
Which congratulations to you. Thank you very much to Anonymous for pushing us over the edge there. Jimmy still isn't back. The man has a bladder. One of his legs is just not a leg. It is just piss. And I think that just the old Wizard of Austin needs to. You need to remember that. In all of his future videos,
he's got a lot of snacks to pee in. He's got to fill up all his snacks.
He's got to fill up all of his snacks with pee. And the man doesn't wash his hands. He's going to piss all over his hands, and he's going to come back here, and he's going to sit down at his desk, and he's going to start streaming again, and it's going to just like it's a normal thing to do. And you out there as the audience you're going to have to live with that. You're going to have to live knowing that that the snack pisser himself is now debating with Matt over which holy text he would like to piss in on an island. That's what a stream. What a stream.
Islands,
you know what?
In the stream. That's what we are.
Yes. Just
no one in between. How can we be strong?
If there's nothing else about this stream, thank you very much to Funslinger for $100 donation. If there's nothing else about this stream that you are learning, because Matt did mention that this, you and I are the most educational of the hosts, and I agree with that. I want to say that the one thing people should be learning is this is how you support charities. Just start talking about piss. Just kick somebody off. Start talking about piss. Raise money for charity. That is the way you do it. That's how you are successful on the internet. That's how to become an influencer. That's how you're going to grow your channel.
I think I heard Jimmy
and save lives. Yeah,
I'm back.
No, he is.
It's so fucking disappointing. I mean, welcome back, Jimmy. We made the money. We got over the goal.
Oh, hell yeah. Okay, good. I thought you were saying disappointing because we didn't make it. Good.
No.
No, it's disappointing that you're back. We thought we could get them to donate enough for you to not come back, but evidently your bladder encouraged people, and I'm thankful for it.
Well, I will leave the stream and let them chaotically figure everything out for the rest of the night if we get to $20,000 before 8 o'clock.
If we get to $20,000 before 8 o'clock, I'll leave the stream too, and Forrest can just sit here and babble on about whatever he wants.
If we get that far, I'm going to go just lay down and just not do anything for the rest of the day. I guess I should give them incentive. I'm just saying. I'm very yes, do that. Call? Who will I prank call? You.
If we get to 20 grand before the hour's over. Well, no, you can't prank call me. I know it's you. Oh. Forrest will start doing prank calls on his phone.
Yes, straight up old school crank yankers jokes. It'll be great.
That will be.
I'm gonna call fucking
canceled.
I'm gonna call. I guess I haven't thought about that show in a while. I guess a lot of those were pretty awful. But I'm gonna call up Jesse Jerdak and ask him if his refrigerator is running here on the stream. It'll be great.
I believe he is in the chat.
Fuck.
Yeah. I was thinking of
don't listen to that.
When I was a kid, I liked the idea of prank calls, but also I used to like satire, like The Onion. And now I can't stand either one of them. I've got an issue with. It's fine to have fun, but I have issues with like kind of lying and dishonesty and misinformation. And so a prank call like, is your refrigerator running? Okay. It's not funny anymore, but at least it's not mean, because what entered my head was if we got to 20,000 before 8:30 tonight, I'm not saying I'm going to do this. This is what entered my head. And then I decided it would not be nice. I would borrow a cell phone that my parents do not know the number of, and I would call up and say that I was from the United Church of Atheism, calling to talk to them about and thank them for producing a son that is now a significant part of the Church of Atheism, and would they be willing to go on record to talk about his upbringing that led to this? And then I realized, no, I'm sure somebody would donate to get us there, but I can't do that. I mean,
it would be deeply funny until you thought about it, and then it would be very sad.
Yeah. There are people that I'll be a dick to much quicker than my parents, who I still love and get along with, even if we vehemently disagree on some subjects.
Yeah, guys, we don't need to do shitty things like that. If you get us to $20,000, I'll call my parents and tell them in the last 3 years that we haven't spoken, I've had 2 kids.
Oh, that's funny. I should call and ask them for their reaction to me being elected atheist pope.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
nice elected.
This is a great stream.
Mostly because I don't
want
to talk here
bragging about the parents you have.
I don't.
Be fun.
In what way do you feel I have parents? I have sperm donors, a sperm and egg donor.
The plural on that was wild. That was a
sperm donors
for me.
Yeah, I assume some things went down around that time of the life. Anyway, all right. So the next debate topic, a reminder of how this is going to work. Starting at 7:28, from 7:28 until the clock hits 7:30. somebody is going to have to defend that they want to be stuck on a desert island with the Bible or the Quran. We will first be voting on the Bible. If you want Forrest to defend that they want to be there with the Bible, I'm going to say Forrest is the one to give the Bible. Matt and I would fist fight over not having to defend the Quran if given the opportunity. I think that that's true, but I don't know. I could be wrong about this. If you want Forrest to defend being deserted on an island, you will end your donation in a 7. If you want Matt, you'll end it in a 5, as you see under him. And if you want it to be me, it's a 3. All of us are terrified we're going to get the Quran. None of us want it.
Yeah.
None of us want the Quran. And so, really,
Matt holding up his tiny little New Testament. I got the whole bitch. And it's large.
Bitch. So that voting will start about 1 minute from now. 1 minute from now, we will start voting on who is going to defend basically their life on the island, deserted island with only the Bible will be the superior life than the person with only the Quran, which is not, I understand I didn't make the challenge that hard if you think about it, but you could be clever. You could be clever.
And behold, there was a man named Zacchaeus, which was the chief among the publicans, and he was rich. And he then did thus donate to the Secular Student Alliance in order to ensure that Matt was able to preserve the desire to have the Bible on a deserted island.
Apparently the voting has begun a little bit early because 3 of you have already started. By the way, potato chips have fiber, so screw you when you need more fiber in your diet. All right, voting has begun. Right now, Matt has 4 votes. Matt will be defending the Bible, which is not as funny. People, we want him to do
Which is not as funny.
Yeah. I can only eat like 3 things. So what do you want? Actually, I'm up to 6, and I'm literally eating most of them here today. I'm eating, this is shredded chicken breast and shredded lean beef, top round roast. And then this is plain low fat, 40% less fat Cape Cod chips. And then I do have for dessert somewhere some dark chocolate that I can nibble. All right, Forrest has at least 1 vote. People, flood him in. Flood him in. Who gets the Bible? Right now, Matt is winning with 5 votes to Forrest and mine's 1 apiece. Forrest gets another. I'm up to 2.
Looking for.
Here we go. And don't forget, if before the clock hits 7:30, somebody donates over $250 with one of those votes, they automatically win the auction. So if you want the Bible to be me, 253, Matt, 255, Forrest, 257. Arden, I hope you're keeping track if you're back anyway, because I have no idea how what the count is, but we'll double check. It looks like Matt's winning.
I found it. This is my quote from the Bible.
Less than a minute left to vote.
Is Ephesians chapter 4, verse 29, word 5. Come. Thank you very much. I appreciate you all listening to this reading of the Holy Bible.
Less than a minute. If you want to change it right now, I think Matt is winning. Arden will let us know for sure, but I believe it's Matt winning. I think we needed to be.
I haven't heard from Arden. I think she might be dead.
No, she's here. You got to flood it. Oh, we're at 7:30. All right. That's the end of that voting. So Matt will be doing the Bible, I believe. Arden, just jump in if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure Matt won.
No, you're right. Matt won.
Cool. And then we'll go ahead and put him down there for the moment. Nope, that's worse because you can't see the name tags. Okay, we'll come back to like this.
You should put just you and Forrest up.
Yeah, that does work.
You are the 2 that are eligible to get voted in.
Starting at 31, which is beginning very momentarily. At 31, you are voting for which one of us is defending the Quran as the superior book. Do you want it, Forrest? I don't.
Is it?
And you'll have 2 minutes.
This way?
Until 33. Basically, start voting now-ish, and you'll have until 33.
Vote for him.
And Arden's keeping track. Yeah, I'm going to just ask you to vote for Forrest real quick.
What am I going to say? What am I going to say? I'm not going to have anything interesting to say. I can keep track of time, but I know you can make Jimmy Snow uncomfortable. You can hear me say something stupid, or you can make old Peepaw grimace, and that
it's this
is
awkward
what we're
place where, like, clearly Muslims in this world are being more oppressed in places, so we're often speaking up for Muslims more often. But I have
Right.
no way to defend that their book is good. It is.
No.
It sucks. It sucks a butt. Okay, people. I don't want to defend a butt sucker. Okay.
I've got a friend who's Muslim. I've had him on this show, Qasim Rashid. He's an amazing dude, a human rights lawyer, a man that I respect very, very deeply. Can't say that I like his religion. I've told him to his face. I'm like, I'm sorry, I just don't. You know what I mean? And so like I'm the same way. I'm gonna defend Muslims. I'm never gonna defend Islam. And like, I don't know what I'm supposed to say.
Make
about
him do it because you won't condemn Hamas. Do you condemn Hamas? Or do you condemn Hamas?
Oh my god! I've got a person
condom hummus.
Condom hummus.
I have a condom full of hummus.
I had like nothing but hummus today. I told you about that.
Arden, who's winning right now?
A couple hours for this stream, ate like a fucking whole bowl of hummus and just sat down.
You are by like 2 votes.
People, please flood the $7 votes. It's going to be way better.
Yeah, but no, do the threes. Do the threes. Look, I'm just going to take notes.
All of you know I'm on the outs. Forrest has a long and robust public figure image ahead of him. Imagine what people will be able to take and mine out of this defense for the future. And you will help him build character by putting those barriers in the way.
As if I haven't already been just horribly on the worst kind of records on this channel for years now.
I think you could do
How
better.
dare you? And
by that I mean worse. Besides, people, don't you want me fresh? Quick flood it right now because you want me fresh. I know you're going to make me do the Book of Mormon in the next debate.
Edith, don't donate $33. Donate $3 11 times. That's what I need you to do. That's the key.
Yeah, it's over. I won. I have to defend the Quran.
Yes.
Fuck me in my fucking face.
Every god out there.
I'm just glad the Bible goes for it first. Maybe they won't donate enough to.
What the hell is this now?
Sorry, this is weird.
What happened?
They like to do relative size based on the desire to defend a particular topic.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
I was going to change the rules to we'll switch the mic at $50, but now I don't know if I want to. What are we at?
I just realized if I ever did run for office, I bet the shit I've said about Islam on this channel would actually win me some votes with some Republicans, now that I think about it. And I have to... Honestly, as fun of an idea as that is, that makes me grimace because I don't want their hate to fuel any success. It's a hard thing. You know what I mean? It's like when Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Things you've said about Israel, though, you know.
Oh no, for sure. But I'm just saying, it's like when Marjorie Taylor Greene like called what was going on in Gaza a genocide, and we're all like, "Fuck yeah!" Oh wait. Also, you actually are anti-Semitic, and so like it's kind of hard where it's like
it's a genocide by the people who produce those space lasers, is what she thinks.
Exactly. Yes, and so it's like fuck, dude. Like it's. I don't want you on my team. Like we have so many good people over here, and then people like you making the allegations sound credible. Fuck off.
Yeah.
All right, Forrest. If you'll get your timer ready, we'll start it here in just a moment. It's going to be a 6-minute debate. Matt is going to be defending his superior life on the desert island with only one book, and that book's the Bible. I'll be defending the Quran. We will allow people to, we are going to switch it now to by the $50 mark. The mic will get moved at $50 every time. Right now we're only $40 away because we're still going to keep it even, so it's easy for Arden to track. So the mic will move every time, and please keep it moving because that is what raises the most money. And what's important is to keep donating, to keep the mic moving. Am I saying this because I think you guys are going to be dicks and try to make me defend the Quran the whole time? Doubt it. But here's the question you have to ask yourself. Did Jimmy budget enough money that he can keep donating $50 and get the mic off of him? So either you guys can keep doing it, or I can use what I was going to use for my matching funds tomorrow today. That's what's going to happen.
It's time to put Jimmy to the test, and let's see how much he set aside. You guys keep moving that microphone to him and forcing him to move it away so that you get to listen to the wonderful, mellifluous, dulcet tones of me defending the Bible.
I forgot that Matt was going to also get to talk before the debate started, so that's on me.
Before, during, after.
Yeah.
You
All
can't
right.
stop me.
Forrest, you give the go ahead when it's time.
All right, I've got it. Here we go. On the count of 3, 2, 1, and start.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome you to my TED Talk on how to survive on a desert island. And by the way, desert island, we should be saying deserted island. And the presumption is that I found myself on an island alone, and I have to decide if I would rather have the Bible or the Quran. And for me, this was an incredibly easy decision to go with the Bible. First of all, I've already read it many times, so I won't need to know or care about what's actually in there. It is also worth knowing that while there's tons of bad advice in the Bible, there is good advice in the Bible. For example, if you go to Deuteronomy chapter 23, verses 13 and 14, it gives instructions for you to poop outside. And it says, and you shall carry a trowel with your tools. And when you sit down outside, you shall dig a hole with it and turn back and then cover up your excrement. Because the Lord your God walks in the midst of your camp to deliver you and give up your enemies before you. Therefore, your camp must be holy.
That's going to move it right there. We're up to 12-5.
Let me just ask you all a question, and maybe it's because you aren't me, so you don't know the burden this is. Do you know how hard it is to be right all the time? I do, and I'm tired of it. So if I'm going to spend life away from society, away from a world of judgment, I'm going to stop being right all the time. And that's when I'm going to pick up the best book for those who are too stressed. And I promised I wouldn't get emotional during this debate, but I'm sorry, I can't. But when you are as stressed as I am by the burden of being so right so often, you want a little bit of a release. Thank you, Matt. I can't reach through that.
And that's going to go ahead and move it back because Peepaw donated $550. Go ahead,
It's
Matt.
worth pointing out that when I talk about the Bible saying that the camp needs to be holy, it doesn't mean that you have to dig a lot of holes, but it's nice to know that the holes have been covered up so that you don't dig the same hole again and wind up pooping that hole. But the first question I thought of when it came to these books is, which would I prefer and why? And the first question is the paper that the book is made of easily set on fire? Because if I'm stuck on a deserted island, not only would I
Shut up, Matt. Fuzzy Logic just donated another $50.
Guys, I got to tell you, you probably noticed my nips are getting hard. And I'm sitting here and I'm thinking about my time on the island with my hard nips. And I'm just feeling like, my nips are hard.
Shut up, Jimmy. Ashley Ray donated $50.
Is it actually easy to set on fire? Because I would love some tinder to be able to save myself, and I'm losing virtually nothing every time I light one up. Plus, if it happens that there's some really good ditchweed on this deserted island, Sam Kennison already talked about how he used to roll his joints with pages from the Bible. Those things are printed on really nice paper that you can roll up and toke. It's a dream thing. Also, the important thing for me is that the average Bible has about 1,200 pages, which is about twice as many pages as the Quran, which means even if you wanted reading material, you could have all of the reading material that's in the Quran and still have an entire Quran left to wipe your ass or start fires.
And we switched.
For a sec. Look, here's the deal. If you're on a desert island,
and we switch right back.
That's the way it goes out here.
No, he didn't. He's wrong because he didn't do the translation. You need to watch just the donation achieved because that was 50 Canadian and it only got us to 12,736.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
As I continue on, and we'll probably have to add 15 seconds because of his mess up there. You want practical advice on a deserted island. And when my back hurts and my nipples are hard, if I didn't have the Quran, I didn't know that the only way to get rid of that pain in my back is to come. Because that's where your cum is in your spine, as we learn in the Quran. So as a Muslim will tell you, it is full of scientific facts and medical advice. And I'm just, you want to just be there with your Bible and your back hurts so much because you're not coming at all?
At least the Bible knows that bats are birds and that there are other animals that chew the cud, even if science doesn't know this. It also knows that all of us are descended from this original collection in the Garden of Eden, not one animal that became a bunch of animals, as the evolutionists would tell you, but it understands that all life is related. And so while I'm out on the island and I have rolled up a fatty for this pimp daddy with my Bible and wiped my butt with the rest of it, I also can rest easy knowing that as I curl up near the tree and next to the snake that is probably going to be my
1 minute
favorite
left.
companion, that is not the same serpent that told dangerous lies to Eve and corrupted the world for all of us. It is instead a beautiful, innocent creature there who is very happy for my secondhand
but here's
smoke
the thing, people.
and fecal matter.
Here's the thing. What
Yeah.
I'm here to tell you is you don't have a lot of options on a desert island, but Islam increases your options, because what if you meet the, let's just say penguin, what are the
30
other,
seconds.
the quaw birds, the pelican. What if you meet the pelican of your dreams, but the pelican's only 7 years old? You're not going to justify that with the Bible. The only way you can justify that is with a special little book that I like to call Blessed Be His Names. Oh, sorry, I can't.
You still got 8 seconds.
No, the mic moved.
Did not. Oh, there it goes. Fuck.
It moved. It got right over here back where it belongs. And that
You
is
still have like
because
13 seconds though.
in those 13 seconds, I'd just like to say that more pages equals more toilet paper, more opportunities to read, more joints, more everything. And that's all that matters on a deserted island.
There you go. Are you getting things faster than me? Because it seems like you're seeing it before
That anonymous $50
We're just way
was
quicker
me.
than you, Forrest. You haven't figured that out yet?
I was cutting my, I was trying to, for comedy timing, cut off me saying the word Muhammad. And so that $50 and it was accidentally anonymous was me.
Also, I
That's
think
why I
Jimmy's
do.
watching
Gotcha.
them come in and counting it, whereas you're waiting for the actual fundraiser thing to update, right? And they take
Yes.
it's like always a little while behind. So
Technically,
Yeah,
I'm
the
doing all
fundraiser thing I
four.
have over on this screen, and it takes like 10 solid seconds after this thing happens over here where the money is.
Speaking of timing,
Speaking of it,
Oh, it was very quiet. We could barely hear that was happening. Arden, will you ask the line who won?
yep, give me a sec.
I'll tell you, Matt, I almost started with the toilet paper, and the toilet paper one too.
my first actual question when you suggested this is one that Forrest asked. I was like, are they written in English? Because if they're not, it's going to be really easy.
Yeah.
The Quran just becomes a big nothing at that point.
They're weirdly both written in French.
Oui, oui.
Twist. It's a twist.
wee.
Oh, you gonna vote? I'm gonna vote.
Oh, of course I voted. I voted for me. I'm always going to vote for me unless the other choice is Arden. And then I'm going to vote for Arden because then Arden will reward me with a hug.
I justified masturbation and pedophilia, and you guys are voting for Matt? Technically, it was pelicanophilia, by the way.
True. But they were still underage pelicans.
Penguinophilia. Thank you.
What'd you say? Penguinican? Is that what I said?
Yeah, you said penguin and then corrected to pelican, so I've been calling it penguinican in chat.
Penguinicans? Or if you're what's his face, Benedict Cumberbatch, penguinicans?
Yeah.
No one knows that.
Well, I
reference?
know there. He was
No.
Oh,
you're
no,
talking
I
about-
know
I
that he
assume
says
they're just making
penguins
this up.
like 20 different ways in this documentary.
Penguins.
penguins.
All right.
Penguin.
The next one, people, is going to be, you've got a book. Whoever's book wins. All right. We're gonna leave the voting open for another moment, but it looks like Matt wins. So the Bible wins, but you find another book. Hang on, I'm gonna put the same poll on my channel so I can feel better about myself. Actually, that won't even work. I shouldn't have said that. I won't win on my own channel either. But now I have to because I said I would. Who won? Jimmy.
I had the easiest part. I mean, is it really that satisfying to win when it's that easy?
Were you
I mean,
relieved when you didn't have to do the
I was
question?
relieved when they picked you. That's what made it easy.
Oh, it's winning for 2 seconds.
What are you eating?
Chicken, beef, and potato chips.
Chicken, beef, and
Breakfast.
potato chips. I
Only
ate.
thing I can't eat.
Or
Unfortunately, I
what
had
do
to
you
eat. When I got up to pee, it was because I was feeling extremely sick, which I can tell it was because I needed to eat. I'm low on sodium and other things because of my medical problems. Anyway, all of that to say, then somebody made a joke in the chat about that. My girlfriend repeated that Jimmy needs to turn off his mic. We can hear him pissing, and I immediately was like, shit. I thought I hadn't muted my mic. I had. They were joking. Because the moment I got off, as soon as I walked away, I was like, I was like mad shit talking how bad I feel and how much I was ready to leave. But I'm feeling much better now. Anyway, the next book is going to be the Book of Mormon versus Dianetics, of which there are no losers because none of us really knows what's in Dianetics. Have any of us read it? Have you read it, Matt?
No.
I have not read. Well, I did read part of a copy of Dianetics many, many years ago, but I have not read any updated, and I don't think I've ever finished it.
So for those who don't know, Dianetics, just imagine Book of Mormon, but like aliens. Dianetics is the Scientology book. It is what I believe was originally admitted as a fiction book, and then later he realized it was actually scripture or something along that line. Written by, what's that dude's name?
L. Ron Hubbard.
L. Ron Hubbard.
I was about to say George R.R. Farton. So it's not
That's true as well.
Close
really
enough.
Close.
L. Ron from Rivendell Hubbard. That is kind of close. It is going to be the Bible versus the Quran, and we will begin the voting here at when the clock hits 48. I think that's about to begin. So
wait, you just said Bible versus Quran.
Sorry, Book of Mormon versus Dianetics. We are voting on the Book of Mormon. You can start casting your votes now-ish. We don't care. And we will go until 10 till. A reminder that if you vote at least $250, which no one has yet done, you can buy the victor. So if you donate $253, that'll be me, $255, Matt, $257, Forrest. You guys can vote for me to get the Book of Mormon. Guess what? I want it. Just so you know, in the same way Matt wanted the Bible, the Book of Mormon, that's my book. So go ahead. It will not be. That's just sort of a general. I hated that.
Yeah.
I hate that voice. I do a similar one in bed with my significant other. People, the voting has begun. So go ahead and start voting. Who is going to get the Book of Mormon? End your donation to the Secular Student Alliance with $3, $5, or $7 for myself, Matt, or Forrest, respectively. All right.
There's just the sincerity. I hated that. It was so good.
Yeah.
Oh man.
It was awful.
Oh, for real though. Give me the Book of Mormon, not Jimmy.
Right now, Forrest is getting the Book of Mormon. I also know my approach with Dianetics. Now we're tied.
If I could only take one musical with me to the island, it might be the Book of Mormon.
Yeah, no.
Although, if you count K-pop Demon Hunters as an actual musical, I'll take that instead of Book of Mormon. Just right now, it'll probably get old someday.
Forrest is in the lead with 1 point. We have less than a minute left for y'all to vote, and Forrest is in the lead with 2 points. Matt's not even on the board.
Good.
No one wants Matt to defend the Book of Mormon, which is funny because I don't know I've ever heard Matt comprehensively. I'm ahead by behind by 1. Matt's up by 1. I don't know that I've ever heard Matt's full thoughts on the Book of Mormon itself. I've heard him debate Mormons. It would be maybe we'll make that a donation goal.
My thoughts on the Book of Mormon are completely uninteresting.
Misty Nipples has overwritten the vote. The vote is now in, and I will be defending the Book of Mormon. I'm looking forward to it.
All right.
I'm looking forward to it. So
you knew it was coming.
Oh yeah. I'm prepared for this, guys. Sometimes it's a job and sometimes it's my pleasure.
That option was breathing so heavy, everybody knew it was coming, and it had to be censored by the FCC.
That's right. I came out of my spine. Just still back to how dumb the Quran is. Oh man.
So am I right, Forrest, that you've never read Dianetics either?
No, I have not.
Sweet. So no matter which one of us is defending this Dianetics thing, they're getting a newbie.
All right. Yep. So if the winner gets at least 10, if the winner of Dianetics gets at least 10 votes, they must first read a 1-paragraph summary by ChatGPT of the contents of Dianetics and hold to it as though that is their scripture, which they believe in. So go ahead and start voting, and we will do it between now. We'll stop the voting at 7:53. You can just start now. Nobody cares. Actually, we'll say 54 because we already broke into the 1. If they get at least 10, Dianetics now becomes the one paragraph summary, and that is the scripture that they will defend as though it is their own. Go ahead, spam the chat. Who do you want, Matt or Forrest? Because this will be really funny. I'll read it out if you want. I'll get the summary. I'll read it to you.
I was doing it right now.
Oh, were you already looking it up on ChatGPT?
Yeah.
So they will read it out before we start the debate, and that will be their scripture.
I'm just typing, please give me a brief one-paragraph summary of Dianetics and Scientology.
Oh, I can give you that. I just haven't read the book.
I'm having the thing because that was
entire show
just told to do this thing.
But the one paragraph has to be a summary of the book specifically. Forrest, you have 3 points. Matt has none, but we need 10 points. Otherwise, he goes in totally blind. Totally blind won't be as funny.
Not Scientology, Dianetics specifically.
But don't read the summary yet, because if you don't get 10 votes, you go in blind.
Oh, yeah. I didn't think about that. I was going to go with Scientology generally and the doctrines that I know and understand without actually going to Dianetics. So that might be a mistake.
This is Dianetics.
I'm glad they're voting for you.
Y'all got like a minute. Actually, because this is already getting kind of funny to me, and I don't think you guys realize how funny it is, I'm going to extend the voting to 7:55. Spam it. I don't think you guys realize how funny this is going to be.
Okay, so you don't want me to read this summary yet. Is that
if
right?
you extend it a minute or two after that, we'll be at like 7:56, 7.
What?
Oh, Jimmy doesn't know about 6, 7.
Yeah.
I don't.
I'm way cooler than Jimmy. I don't know how that happened.
I know why 6 was afraid of 7.
Yes, everybody knows that, but
yeah, because he had leprosy. I thought it was funny. And I really thought Forrest would laugh at that. And I was surprised he didn't, because that's Forrest kind of joke.
What did you? I wasn't paying attention. I was fixing this thing over here.
That was it. I said, I know why 6 was afraid of 7. And Matt said, yes, everyone knows that. And I said, because he had leprosy. It was a subvert your expectations kind of joke, which you usually are good on.
That is funny. And I would enjoy that.
And once you explain them, they're even funnier.
Yep. So you have a road and you have a chicken. But the other side is a vague phrase. People trying to gaslight me these days that was the original intention of that joke, and I don't believe them. I think it's to subvert your expectations. I think the original intention of that joke was you're going to try to come up with a punchline, and then there isn't a punchline. It's just why anything crosses the road.
Why did the MAGA farmer cross the road?
Do tell.
Because his dick was stuck in the chicken.
There you go.
One loves a good old MAGA bestiality joke. And by one, I mean me.
And 1 is the loneliest number.
1 is the loneliest number. Come on, people. Is this all Forrest Dianetics? Did we get at least 10 votes? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. By the way, Misty Nipples, thank you so much. People, if you want him to actually know what he's defending going in, you're going to want to spam at least 5 more of those $7 votes right now. Remember, 100% of your donation goes to the Secular Student Alliance.
We're currently at 9 total votes, with Matt having 1 and Forrest having all the rest.
I get the rest of the night off.
Thank you, Omen. I appreciate you. No, I think that's probably where I'm gonna start having my little bit of
oh, there we go. One more. That's the 10th one came in, and it's also to Forrest.
Ah, good.
There's another one for Forrest and another one for Forrest. Oh my God, Forrest is gonna defend Dianetics.
I want to write the prompt myself. And I will read it to you, and then the debate will begin. All right, ChatGPT. Please give me a 1-paragraph summary of Dianetics. However,
shout out to the Fuzzy Logic who did send me the video. Thank you so fucking much. I was fucking with that.
Make it for someone who is 8 and include a Power Ranger. All right.
Nice.
All right, here we go, people. This is the summary that Forrest will have to work with. This is your scripture, your book, your doctrine.
Just send it to me on Discord, so that way I can just focus on it there, and then while Matt's doing his intro. And then
I'm going to read it out loud. Matt's not doing an intro. It's you versus me. It's Book of Mormon versus Dianetics, baby.
You're right. I was going to say, all right, fine, yeah. All right,
and I will start because I'm in slot 1. So people remember, we'll be doing the $50 thing to move. Right now, we're only $19 away from that. So if people want to get that ready, because I could talk about the Book of Mormon all day and how much I low-key love it. Dianetics is a book by L. Ron Hubbard that says people can feel better and stronger by understanding and letting go of bad memories that make them sad or scared. It's kind of like if a Power Ranger had a special scanner in their helmet that helped them find the dark energy inside their mind from old battles, and by facing it bravely, they could turn that energy into light and become even more powerful. Dianetics teaches that everyone can be their own hero by learning how to clean up their thoughts and emotions, sort of like how the Power Rangers clean up the city after fighting monsters. So that's what you have. Those are your scriptures. You will be defending.
Go, L. Ron Hubbard.
Matt, you can go ahead and get a 6-minute timer up and tell me when to begin. I'll have the microphone first, and I will defend life on the island with the Book of Mormon.
I have a 6-minute timer, but I'm not sure that I can see the donations correctly.
Arden's handling that.
Okay.
She'll move the microphone, so you just
I'll just call out the microphone move. On your mark, Jimmy Snow. Get ready to defend your proposition that the Book of Mormon is the preferred book to Dianetics when stuck on a deserted island. Go!
Imagine you are myself. As we all know, I'm already deserted on an island with absolute literary trash that is the Quran. And to my delight, one day I come across a book so rich with stories that have been told many, many times before, and you could call cheap plagiarisms, but with a lot of really gay themes. They don't know they're gay, but it's pretty gay. I come across a book and I open it. And what do I find? First and second books of Nephi, Jacob, Enos, Jerem, Omni, Words of Mormon, and Mosiah in the Book of Mormon. Alma, Helaman, 3rd, 4th Nephi, Mormon, Ether, and Moroni learn the teachings of the prophets in the Book of Mormon. This book has everything. It has buff dudes. It mostly has buff dudes, but it also has racism. It has shaming yourself for masturbating, which I'm going to need a lot of on that island because my back hurts often.
And it's time for Forrest to intervene with his take on Dianetics.
You see, the thing you have to understand is that when you are trapped on a desert island, the thing that's going to get you isn't just like the weather. It isn't just the raging sea. It is your own mind. It is depression. It is loss of hope. That is what is going to cause you.
So here's the deal.
The microphone has moved back.
I love a good story. And the best stories are the ones that are obviously not true. And if you can sneak in a little like sort of obvious implicit anti-Semitism, but pretend you're doing a great thing for the Jews, this is the sugar on the top. What made Hitler so popular, if not that? And that guy was popular. Say what you want about his mustache, but a lot of people liked him. So imagine you've got this storybook. The stories aren't deep. They're not very good, but they pretend to be the history of the Jews, all while telling you it's the history of the Jews as passed on to the people that would eventually be what we know today as the Native American indigenous population. Now, does DNA make it very obvious that that isn't true? Of course. But I believe in magic, in a young girl's heart, a young girl like the young girls that Joseph Smith, the founder of Mormonism, took to bed and then was like, oh, sorry, a god with a flaming sword, which it's never clear if he means sword or wiener, because there's a lot of homoerotic themes, not just in the Book of Mormon, but the origin of the Book of Mormon. There's even a moment where the man who gives Joseph the Book of Mormon, or at least directions to it, is like standing there with him. And if you get the trio, if you get the Book of Mormon with the Doctrine and Covenants as well, you get to read about all of this. My dude Moroni's hanging brain. He's got a robe on. He's an angel. He's hanging dong. He's hanging brain. Like, what is to not love about this? Super obviously. And then the book itself, it's so filled with, and it came to pass, and these other homoerotic themes that it's clear they were doing it on purpose. The number of times I have to learn about, hear how Nephi pitched a tent, it's going to have me pitching a tent too. Do you know what I mean? The number of times Nephi penetrated the valley, okay? I won't have any valleys to penetrate unless that penguinican that we talked about earlier, unless we hit it off. The Book of Mormon isn't just a superior book for the desert island. The Book of Mormon's a superior book for day-to-day life. And I would never want to live my life without it anyway, because how will I ever know for sure what isn't true if I don't have an excellent example of that which is obviously?
And now it's time to find out if Forrest can win this without saying another word.
Every time I start writing.
But the microphone moved, so now you have to say more words. 2 minutes.
What you need to understand is that Dianetics teaches you how to be strong and independent and purge yourself of bad thoughts. And you're going to need that when goddamn Rita Repulsa comes down in a fucking comet and starts trying to take over your island. How are you going to defend yourself against a space witch? How are you going to do that? Are you going to use a book that teaches you how to be racist, or are you going to use a book that teaches you how to fight off motherfucking Goldar? All right. That is what you need. You need a voice up in your head, like the fucking guy in the hologram man that I forgot his name, but you need that. And that is what Dianetics provides to you. It teaches you how to be strong internally and externally. And when required, build fucking Megazord. That's what it's all about. That's what Dianetics teaches. That's what's going to keep you safe on that island. You've got a book that gives you an inaccurate history of humankind and teaches you that black people are cursed with dark skin for being evil. What? No.
I was asking them to donate.
Okay.
Ignore got Jimmy. I'm the moderator.
That teaches you that black skin is a curse. Ridiculous. All right. If you're as white as me and you're on that island, you're going to wish that you had black skin to protect you from sunburns. Like, you don't need this thing. What you need is a book that teaches you how to get your mind right by purging ancient alien souls that were put there by Xenu, who dumped them all into a volcano here on Earth so they could escape into early humans. You need a book that's going to teach you how to free yourself from the bonds of a galactic empire and survive on an island. And that is how you beat Rita Repulsa and Goldar and all the other ones that I don't remember because I haven't seen that shit since I was fucking 5. But like, that's what you need.
His name is Zordon. You disrespectful piece of shit.
Did I get Megazord right? Isn't that right? Yeah, Megazord.
Megazord.
It's not Megazord. It says Megazoid online.
The Megazord?
Is it Zord?
I think it's the Megazord. I do believe that's true. It is
Mother Cunting Megazord.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. All right, well.
Okay.
Shame on me, I suppose.
I'll say what my final line was going to be after we vote who won, because I don't want to influence it. I feel it will influence it. So why don't you go ahead and poll on your end, Artem?
All right, everybody, it's time for the poll. Who won? Who lost?
Why won't it let
Jimmy or Forrest? How's it going? Get that poll up there.
Who lost and why was it Jimmy?
I'll do it on. We can do it on both. Who won?
I really wanted to. This was one of the first ones that I would have been okay with being selected for Dianetics until I realized that I'd have to defend Dianetics and not just Scientology. Because I was going to talk about building an e-meter out of some coconuts and thread from a palm tree, because it would work just as well as the e-meter they built out of cans and wire.
In fairness, you did cheat. You brought up Xenu, and he's not in Dianetics.
I did, and I was just kind of like going off the cuff because all I could do was try to relate it to ancient stoicism, and that only goes so far. You put in Power Rangers.
He's all over the trio.
Who?
Yeah, we gave you Power Rangers. That was the little advantage you were supposed to get. It was Power Rangers.
It definitely.
I've got a slight edge on my channel.
Go Power Rangers.
I will say I feel some of these votes might be just based on who people like more, but that's okay. My final line. First, I actually had it switch back with time. I would have been like, "Hey, his name's Zordon." I would have said that during the actual thing. But my final line would be like, "So what you're saying is, read Dianetics if you want to be a Power Ranger. Read the Book of Mormon if you want to be a Power Bottom." That was going to be my closer.
Nice. That would have been good. That might have won for you.
That would have been excellent. Would have been excellent. But I got no. Arden says Zordon Momdani.
Wow.
That's pretty good.
Powered bottom, service top. You guys talk about stuff I have no clue.
Well, the power bottom is a bottom who generates most of the power.
Like a mitochondria.
A tremendous amount of power. Yeah. The powerhouse
of the bedroom.
The power bottom, I've often said, is the mitochondria of gay sex.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. All right, I'll let you two decide what the next on the menu is. Does anyone in chat have a good one? And if you donate, we'll say if you donate $100, your next message where you tell us the topic, unless it just is impossible to work with, because sometimes you guys come up with terrible ideas. And I'm sorry, but that's literally what happens. Unless it's impossible to work with, well, we'll do it. We'll do it. Is 100 right? I'd say, I don't know. Yeah.
Make it less.
Here's some options I got for everybody. Starting tomorrow, you must actively participate as a Mormon or Jehovah's Witness. This is kind of similar to what we just did. The best board game is Monopoly or Catan. Oh, this one's good. You must spend $2,000 a year. This would be the one that I feel like everyone already knows to make Matt and I do, but it could be funny to put Forrest on. Matt, $2,000 a year. You must spend $2,000 a year from now on either psychics or astrology and engage them in like good faith.
Oh,
okay. Well, got it. Okay, I can do that.
Yeah.
I'd want psychics in that one.
Corporate sent a car to bring you to this year's Humanist Convention. Everyone will see you come out of a what? Cybertruck or Uber that you share with Joe Rogan, who high fives you as you get out. One of you
easy answer.
One of you has to be coming out of the Cybertruck.
I've got that one all day.
One's on a ride share with Joe Rogan. There's some look. It doesn't mean he likes you, just that he high fives people he Uber shares with, right? It could mean anything. From now on, all your life's decisions are made by Alex Jones or Ben Shapiro. Congrats, you have 30 new roommates and they've just moved in. By the way, they are all dogs or cats.
Can I just throw out there to Animal Lover in the chat, I double dog dare you to call in the next time I'm hosting, which will be this Sunday. Because if you're as good at debating religion as you are at fucking listening to what people say on this very stream, it's going to be a really fun call. It's going to be great.
By the way, the curse you were referring to, he wasn't even referring to the biblical curse.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. I was talking about the Book of Mormon, and this fucking idiot thinks that I was talking about the Bible. But by the way, also, the Bible is also a pro-slavery book that condones and commands slavery front to back. And yes, as you point out there, yes, was used by white supremacists to justify slavery, the whole Curse of Ham thing. And the only argument you have is that they were reading the book wrong, even though the KKK today still reads it that way. Just saying, call in this Sunday, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'll be right here on this channel on the line. Would love to talk to you. It'd be a lot of fun.
I think you'll lose, though. So you know.
Me or him?
No, Animal Lover. And then the last one I have ready for the menu is creationists do kind of make more sense when it comes to evolution or the age of the earth.
Which what makes more sense?
Creationists do kind of make more sense when it comes to evolution versus the age of the earth.
I would take the getting out of a car thing, and I would take the other one that I said would be easy, but I don't remember it anymore.
So let's not give them the easy ways. I mean, I think we all want to hear you defend the creationist understanding of evolution.
Oh, all day long.
And also, I didn't listen to any of that. And I mean that. I mean, I was listening, but it was like, oh, I think I know which one I would pick. But since it doesn't matter which one I would pick, it matters which ones people pick me for. And you know, if they pick me for something, they pick me for it. And if they don't, I'm not gonna bust my zen over not getting picked for one that I liked.
I understand that our complexion is somewhat responsible, but somebody just asked if Forrest and I are your children.
No.
Opposite. I am actually the oldest one here.
Yeah. He just made a deal with the devil very early on. I didn't make my deal until I was much older.
Don't flatter him. It's not that early on. He doesn't look that much younger than you. Come on.
No,
he puts on aging makeup,
and I am about 45.
Mm-hmm.
He puts on aging makeup so that, you know, nobody will know that he technically still looks 22 when he made that deal.
That's what it is.
Bro, I love you, Forrest, but you look like shit for 45.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Do you want to read my text to you today?
What did you send me?
Remember?
Oh,
the text earlier?
Hold on.
So
yes,
we're going to get back into it. I'm just needing a minute to reset here, people. But we're going to get in here, go back here in a minute. We want to definitely close out tonight with at least $15,000. Yeah, the first one.
The rules one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there
I want
anything
you guys to know what kind of friendship Forrest and I have. I want you to know that there is love and support and never threats. Now,
if there's anything you want to contribute as far as suggesting new rules for Golden Mike tonight, speak now or forever hold your peace. And by that I mean, if you criticize the rules I come up with on tonight's show and I haven't suggested otherwise, alternatives, I can't read. By that I mean, if you criticize the rules I come up with on tonight's show and haven't suggested alternatives, I will murder you. And not one of those fun poison you in your sleep murders. I will take your skin and wear it. And then I suggested a lot of things, not limited to.
There are several.
Make it cheap to pass the mic, no more than $100. More motion of the mic is more fun to watch, and more donations come in. I suggested we don't flood donations before we start the game, because then people would have more money to donate in the game. But you know, he didn't say. I also suggested consistently and exclusively refer to yourself as Jimmy Wimmy. Yeah. I had originally written
executive
Jimmy
producer
Wimmy,
of
Bimmy Fimmy
Talk or whatever it is.
Yes, I had originally written like Jimmy Wimmy, Bimmy Fimmy, but I thought that would be too long, so just Jimmy Wimmy. But now it's actually okay that didn't come true, because we have already established that you will be called Peepaw for the rest. While you were gone, we agreed on that.
Liz Cruz just said that now that I'm in a relationship, I flirt less with Forrest. If that is true, I assure you I will fix that.
Yeah.
She would be devastated to hear that.
I haven't been in Texas for a little while. I was in Texas recently, but you were pretty far away. All I'm saying is the only reason.
Order?
The only reason.
Yeah, I like that I'm the one flirting with him. This man ran up the stairs of my house when I didn't know he was there to kiss me on the face on a stream.
I did do that. Set a reasonable goal to make Zerba the logo. Set a reasonable goal to make me the logo. And I had a few others, but like,
what reasonable goal should we set to make Forrest the logo for all of us?
The thing is I love.
I like it, but I mean, what's reasonable?
I love the Secular Student Alliance, but I feel everyone who works here would need a payoff for that. It would feel like kind of shitty to everybody who works.
Hi, welcome to the Hang Up on the Line. I'm Matt Dillahunty. I work for Forrest.
Yeah,
you know, it's fun. I when I'm talking about doing the shows and like running the shows, and when I'm like presenting on the shows, I do feel like this company is like a whole, like a tight-knit family thing. And I feel like I'm really representing all the other hosts, and I feel like I've got a good bond with all of them. But when I am fucking with the channel and deliberately trying to sabotage it and make things stupider, I am only thinking of it as your business venture. It's a weird dichotomy in my mind where like I can host the show well and be like, you know what, I need to make sure to bring my A game because this is the show that Matt and Promise and Aaron and Erica and all these people are on. I want to make sure that I'm bringing my best. And then I get on the show and I'm like, everybody just write asshole in the chat. Everybody like post pictures of yourself wearing weird butts. Everybody call Jimmy Peepaw. And at that moment, I'm like, I am destroying Jimmy Snow's dreams, and I'm making his life a living hell, and he's paying me to do it.
I don't know, Forrest.
It's a very different animal at the same time. It's wild. There are two wolves inside of me. One of them is dumb as all shit, and the other one is too. You know what I mean?
If you really loved us, wouldn't your channel be called Forrest Valkai on the Line?
No, I feel like it would be called The Line and Forrest Valkai, because I wouldn't want to put myself first.
All right, bet. Do it. I dare you.
Well, that's the thing. I can't, because as I just admitted, the whole point of me fucking with this show is to fuck with you.
Don't love us. By the way, I've confirmed it'll only take you like 12 hours to get re-verified. If you're worried about losing your check mark, it's fast.
No, I'm not at all. I just don't want to do that.
All right, here's what we're going to do, people. If we get to $14,000 by the time the clock hits 8:25, which is 9 minutes from now, the next debate will be creationists make more sense when it comes to Forrest will defend evolution, that creationists make a lot of sense with evolution. Decided? And then Matt and I will do an auction upon who will compete with him, and will defend that the age of the earth is where creationists make the most sense, which I'm okay with taking, because you remember that one guy who called in? Do you remember this one? When I said, okay, if that's true and that's the mark of the flood, why aren't there more Grand Canyons everywhere? And he goes, what do you think mountains are? And I said, the opposite.
I was on that call. I remember. Yeah, I know. Because I think I was the one who asked that. Yeah, it was so fucking weird. Also, to the person in chat, Mocha Queen, who just put Forrest Valkai out of line. Out of Line would be a fantastic name for a show on this channel. I'm just saying. That'd be really cool.
I agree.
I explained to my loved one afterwards, after the show on Monday, you can't arm him with Skeppy talk. This is the guy who, when we said, hey, we need to formalize things so clips are better to make, so there's a routine, so people build familiarity, because that's good for your algorithm. People donate. We want to break. We're $490 away from 14,000 for the Secular Student Alliance. It's an amazing cause. Every dollar you donate goes completely to them. And if we hit that in the next 7 minutes, he is going to defend the creationist. Forrest will defend the creationist view of evolution against Matt or I, who will defend that it is in fact the age of the earth that creationists are more correct than on evolution.
This could be painful.
I imagine will be. I imagine it will hurt, but I'll most enjoy watching for the pain Forrest will be in. I would say you can't tell him Skeppy talk. This is the guy who, when it's like, hey, we need to formalize stuff and run it a little bit more like a business. People are getting too big. Plus we need these routines and stuff. We give him an outline, and the first thing he goes, hi, welcome to show name. My name is host name, and today is today's date. That's who works here. Just so everyone knows. In theory, he wants us to have the reach and the institutional power that we aspire to, but in practice, he tries to put us out of business constantly.
That is, admittedly, that is very funny, and I would do it again if I
it's funnier in retrospect. At the time, it actually did get under my skin, because I think you stopped doing it, but I don't know. I don't watch our channel, but I'm pretty sure you stopped.
I've tried to remember I think I only did that like once. Surely,
yeah.
It wouldn't have been funny twice.
Have you stopped doing the name initials thing?
No.
So I've asked him 4 times, because it doesn't make sense for archive power. 10 years from now, someone's going to go back and watch, and he's going to be like, Tom from Anus Zebra. And he's like, what the fuck is this about? I'm leaving the Anus Zebra call, so I have no idea. And Forrest is just like, I know you've asked a bunch, but what if I just keep doing it?
Not only have I continued doing it, I know for a fact other hosts have started doing it too.
Okay, so I'm adding this to the next all hands meeting. The show's not a joke. Is that the joke? That we all go down and the Republicans win? Is that the joke? That's a reference to that one show. I think you should leave. Is that the joke? Can I go home before my face is beet red? We are $200 and $340 away. Thank you so much, by the way. Let's give some. All right, it is shout out time, people. Let's go ahead and hit those donations, and we will get to the next debate right after we do. But we need to get this up to 14,000.
And your donation in the number. We got 3, 5, and 7. End your donation in the number 2. If you think that I should continue doing the abbreviation thing because it makes you a more loyal fan.
This is and just so you guys know, because I talked to Forrest off screen, he is aware that asking audiences what is good for a channel or a business is a terrible idea, because if they knew the answer to that question, they'd have channels and businesses. That's not how it works. Right. The worst ideas, anytime, you'll notice YouTubers all the time ask, what would you guys like to see more of? And then the list of things are all so dumb, they never do almost any of them. Was it not hero of apartheid and nepotism, Elon Musk, who once said, Vox Populi, Vox DA? Yeah, right. You and so you're in the thing, you're getting out of the Cybertruck, I assume. You're hoping
Anonymous
getting out of the Cybertruck. I
actually wanted the Joe Rogan one. Anonymous donated $4, which is really 2 twice. So they're extra excited about this.
Thank you, Ashley, for donating on both channels. Arcane Goat, thank you. Go fuck yourself. Thank you. It is funny just to see Go Fuck Yourself donated $5 to the SSA. There's something very funny about that. Alex, thank you. Go ahead.
I would like to do an unsolicited product placement promotion that I was absolutely not paid for real. So I had to go see my doctor recently. And one thing is that I've developed like plantar fasciitis in my left foot. So it feels like I'm stepping on a stone or something, even when my foot's up. And he recommended these slippers because I normally run around barefoot, and he's like, in the house, and he's like, stop doing that. So I will say that I've only had them a couple of days, but the brand name is Olukai, and they are not cheap, but my feet have never felt better. So if you're suffering, consider that.
Yeah, and
if you run Olukai, you can pay us. You can donate to the Secular Student Alliance as well.
And you're suffering that next month, give your slipper money to the Secular Student Alliance this month.
Thank you very much to Ashley Ray, who donated $12 on both channels to say that they love the amazing, the ever-present and ever-hilarious dumbass abbreviation joke that I did for no reason one day and haven't stopped doing ever since. Joshua Everett, $42.
Wait, do you do it on that other awful channel you do shows on?
I do.
At least there's that. So if you'll keep doing that over there to sabotage their longevity and stop doing it over here, that would be excellent. Ashley, I promise.
Implication that the acronym joke is the sole reason that we're going to lose to the Republicans.
No, that was on purpose. It is the only reason. I love the people who call in and say, this is why the left lost. And I'm basically telling him that's why the left lost.
Thank you to Joshua Everett, who donated $42. Thank you to Master Blaster, who keeps commenting, bitching about how he proved Jimmy wrong and got blocked. I don't fucking believe that happened, because it's weird that you would be doing this. Another
Master Blaster got absolutely fucking wrecked the other night. Dude, his name was Greg. Holy fucking shit. It was Greg, I'm gonna put your clip up in isolation because it's like sometimes you guys make it too easy. Guys, you have 1 minute left to raise $72 to hit the goal to make him defend the creationist form of evolution. Otherwise, it goes to open auction.
$2 from Anonymous, $12 from Arcane Goat, $20 from Shiloh Riley, the Unlucky Legume, $12. Very kind of you. I lost my place just then. There we go. Edis, another 22 Rons. Elia Ursus, 22 Canadian dollars. Alex, 22 Canadian dollars. Chris Young, $22. Fleeting Infinity, $42. Anonymous, another $20. Alex, another 42 Canadian dollars. Good gravy. Y'all are bringing your game. You know who else has been doing the same shit that Master Blaster does? Fucking Gohan is on everything, bitching on every platform possible, trying desperately to get attention and trying to get replies. It's hilarious how few people are actually engaging with him.
There's just one transphobe who's all over. He's actually in one of the live chats because he's otherwise atheist and supports the SSA and stuff. But he's all over comments. Very self-obsessed, lies a lot about what we said and what he said.
Nice.
I understand he's supposed
Transphobes
to call
often do.
back. Yeah, he's supposed to call back this Sunday when Javon and I are back.
Hey, I would love to be on that call as well.
Master Blaster's call is so bad, but we don't have the time. That I'm almost tempted to pull it up.
Was it on your show?
Yeah, it was the one I did the other night where I was also gaming.
Okay.
So I'm gonna make it as an isolated clip, and I'll send it to you when I do. I'd almost watch it right
over
now.
Your channel right now.
Hey guys, let's do this though. Okay, we did this actually when it happened. It was really funny. We are gonna do the debate, but Master Blaster is here and fucking hates us. He hates atheists. He thinks everybody. Please donate. We're gonna do which dollar amounts have we now stolen? Please donate dollar amounts ending in a 1, and every dollar amount that you donate in a 1 for the next 4 minutes until 30 minutes past the hour is a donation in the name of Greg Master Blaster, who was so dumb. So how much money can we raise off of how bad at debate Master Blaster is? Even $1 or $11, $21, $31.51. Guys, literally, I'll do it. Fucking, I'm doing 11 because that's 2 1s.
I've got the video pulled up and I'll be looking at that soon.
Dude, it's so bad. I wish the game had launched by the time, because I didn't get to start playing until 11 p.m. because it hadn't come out yet. I would not have had to slow down. That's how bad it was. I would not have had to the guy who called after at least asked some like kind of thoughtful questions. He was still wrong, but he asked thoughtful questions. Master Blaster was like so bad that nobody would have had, like, you could have been playing the most competitive chess match and you would not have needed the extra brain energy to beat him. That's how bad he was. Yeah, keep coming. Oh, did you guys, Master Blaster, I think they blocked you on the Lines live chat. I think you got timed out anyway, but I don't think you're timed out on the Jimmy Snow in the line. If you want to go in there and complain, you can come say hi to everybody over there. Thank you, Isla, with $111. The way we will all get together to just shit post donations against somebody is my favorite thing. All right. I don't know if this is coming in anonymously, but I'm hitting the $11 right now. We'll see it come over in the next second or two. I can't see the check mark. Yeah. Okay. It came anonymous. I'll show you. I can't tell when I hit it. I click the little square box where it obviously is right by my wiggling middle finger there. I hit it, but it doesn't, once you hit it, you can't see that it's checked. It just, so I can never tell whether I've checked it that time or not. It's very frustrating. It's very, very frustrating. We're almost to, remember, we still have a little bit of time. We're going till 8:30 with donations that end in $1 as a giant fuck you to Master Blaster, who is like so fucking bad at debating. Maybe the worst. The guy who the transphobe I was telling you is saying you won't want to join because we've debated for, and let's just say I'm going to guess he won't join you Sunday. Well, it would be weird since we only do 2 hosts. So you are correct because it's not his night. But
well, I am also hosting Sunday. I'm doing the Sunday show after dark. So he can just call me. He can get trounced by you two and then call me and I'll be there for the rest. He can even, I'm not watching your show, so he can call and do the exact same arguments and just try from scratch with me.
I'm guessing that's what he was going to do before you even suggested it. I think that's the direction it was going to go.
I'm down with that. It's always fun to because I love having creationists call in and anti-vaxxers and all the other things. Transphobes are just fucking hysterical because watching them try to think on air is just delightful.
I like that he's
at least they have like a set school, like they have a set list. They have like the shit they just always say. Transphobes are unhinged in how ridiculous they are.
I will say at least he brings efficiency to his debates because you don't have to worry about refereeing because he declares himself the winner. And he will tell you, like, he'll inform you when you were lying. And you'll be like, well, wait, I was lying when I said the thing you said, but that isn't what I said. And he'll be like, no, you did. And it's like, oh, okay, cool. That's totally right then. All right, cool.
I've had plenty of calls like that where it's like, no, I win because you said this. I never said that. However, you did say, who was the one? We had a call a little while ago. I can never get them all fucking straight, but I remember we had a call a little while ago where it was I think it was you and me on the same show where we had a dude who would just say some shit about, it was calling about God, and he'd say some shit, and we would literally repeat it back to him. Be like, so you're saying this? He would say, no, you're straw manning me. And it was every single time. You remember that one?
And I always ask, like, okay,
straight.
tell me one thing I got wrong about your position. And
right.
I never can. All right, quick shout outs, and then we'll get to the debate thing. Thank you. We did break 15,000 and 14,000 rather. We haven't hit broken 15 yet. And
we're almost there.
We raised like another $500 as a fuck you. Should we have an hour of
Billy?
Bidding?
That's the one. Yes. Billy.
Should we do an hour of bidding each tomorrow? Should we just pick callers we hate from the past and do like this? The next 5 minutes are donations dedicated as a fuck you to Andrew from New Jersey.
Yes.
Arden, do you think you could make that list easily?
Just whoever's at the top of the current.
Well, I heard
tomorrow we're thinking about having a 5 minute, like we just did with Master Blaster. 5 minutes dedicated to each hour a different caller who sucks from the past. So Andrew from New Jersey could get 5 minutes. Who else sucked from the past? I can never remember their names. Do you think you could come up with a list like that pretty easy?
Oh, I don't know about easy, but I could come up with a list. People should hit me up on my social.
Get Mr. British on there.
Just poll the fans.
Yeah, that's what I was like.
Yes.
Fans
that's
know
true.
their favorite chronic toxic callers. It hit me up like on Instagram or you can email me.
Mr. British, Steve from
Jackie,
Nebraska,
Andrew Gohan, Tomris, who I got to chat with the last night. Mr. British, Kalasia, would you keep track of the list they're making in the live chats and just send it over on, if you don't mind?
Ulrich. Oh, yes. That's a great one.
This is going to be wonderful. By the way, a couple of shout outs here. Thank you, Robert, Charles, Shiloh, Legally Mod, Linkerton, Linkerin. Thank you very much. You are dedicated. Now, look, the nice thing is SSA does have international. They are doing international stuff too. So even seeing y'all coming from New Zealand, it all pays back. Shiloh, Charles, Silly Spaghetti, Barbara.
I do remember Emmanuel. Oh my God, Emmanuel was a sad situation. Yeah, that
Isla, Aries, Jolene, Thomas, Corn Job. And then there's
Powder Emperor.
Something
that was a great one.
Who is the flat earther with the duck reference? There's like
fuck. Yeah, it was
Powder Emperor too.
Verna Smith, Vegas Pam.
I don't remember. I remember he's got his own YouTube channel where he puts clips of us up there. He's like, I debated them, and I don't remember his name though. Powder Emperor was hysterical.
Was Jackie
the chef, the 7 day? Yes, Mr. Yum Yum and all that.
Thank you,
yes,
Omen. Appreciate you, Mr. Yum Yum. Trav, Zero Sub.
I remember the one time I actually got Mr. Yum Yum just to go. I was like, I'm not even gonna mute you. Just say everything you need to say, and he just had nothing. He doesn't know what to do when he isn't getting banned and kicked off the show. And all he had was his whole just fucking, I served you something delicious. That's what the whole thing is. It's like I don't know what was going on with it. No pronoun Stevie. That sounds familiar.
I just want to pull the chat who's here right now.
That's the flat earther.
Will you pull over there too? If Jimmy says Tommy McMurtry, do you all know who he's talking about? Because I would love to do a Tommy McMurtry 5 minutes.
Oh yeah. Oh, you want me to put that poll on the line?
Yeah. Do you
Tangelo, fuck that guy.
I think he's the only one I probably wouldn't do because I regret you even saying his name right now. That's how little I want him to maintain any relevance in anybody's mind because he sucks that bad.
It is funny to watch every new.
You could just copy and paste it.
He just slithers in. He's just so fucking desperate for attention.
Yeah. I would be fine if he just moved to Mars.
I did another show a little while ago, and they're like, "Oh, we have this guy who calls in all the time." I'm like, "Don't fucking take his calls." I told them I have a bunch of shit about him. It was like, "Fuck that dude."
Every time a new call-in show pops up, he tries to see if he can get in.
Mm-hmm. That's all he has. It's just a sad, sad life.
Ma'am. That's still a nice showing. It's nice that it's coming to between 10 and 15% on both channels. But that was like my proudest day. That was, if you go to TommyMcMurtry.com, you'll find a bunch of sexy humanoid pumpkins.
I do know that. You've told me this story. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Yes. I didn't recognize the name right off the top of my head.
I'm not saying Tommy McMurtry is sexually attracted to pumpkins. We just don't know.
We don't know. The world may never know. G-Man is a very fun one, yes.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about G-Man. All right, I think we're going to do that tomorrow. We'll definitely have some dedicated fuck yous. But now, in the meantime, it is time for Matt or I to debate Forrest on whether or not creationists know their shit the most when it comes to, he's going to defend evolution, and we're going to say the age of the earth. So if you want, we'll give you until 8:40, which is 4 minutes from now, 8:40 to either vote a bunch ending in 3 for me or 5 for Matt. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to vote for Matt because that's what I think. I'm just going with what I think is funniest. Plus, not to sound like a whiny bitch, but here I go. You guys are going to vote that the other person won if I'm the other one anyway. So let's actually make it competitive. Forrest versus Matt could go either way. Me versus someone, you're going to vote for the other one. We know this. Get out of here. That Book of Mormon defense was solid. Let's be clear. I really got, what's a famous like law case where that happened? Anyway, start voting now, ending in either a $3 for me or $5 for Matt. Well, it's a famous law case where the person clearly got shafted, where they totally won, but somehow they still found him guilty. A sort of opposite of OJ situation.
The fucking oh goddamn, the man who was just executed. Start with an M. I don't remember off the top of my head.
Jesus Christ. Lincoln won with, I want to say, roughly $1,000 equivalent dollars to American money, but came in with the New Zealand dollars.
Marcellus Williams.
Thank you so much. We just got essentially $1,000. I don't know if that means Matt has to grab the snake again or what, but we basically got $1,000.
We can't show that.
American. Yeah, I thought it when I said it too. I was like, we're not on that channel right now.
Yeah, it was Marcellus Williams. That's the case you're talking about. The exact opposite, where he was very clearly not guilty and they killed him anyway.
Yeah.
The prosecutors that like were in the case that found him guilty even came back and were like, "Hey, we fucked up. Yeah. This is not right." And the governor was like, "I really want to kill a black man, and then we'll be done with it. It'll be all right."
Lincoln, if you'll say who you want to take the other side of the debate in the chat, we'll give it to you. Otherwise, in the meantime, if he doesn't,
hey.
Myself with $3. Matt's winning with but there's only one vote. So people, who do you want to see debate creationism's advantages against Forrest? Myself or Matt? And to the person who said I vote Jimmy, who is the annoying transphobe, you can't vote me without paying. It costs $3 to vote for me. Transphobia rots your brain to the point that you cannot grasp the simplest concepts. It's going to be $3.
You gave that monster $3.50?
That's right. I'm going to need about $3.50. Thank you. Josh is now two to my 1 point. Let's see. And make sure you stop by tomorrow, Lincoln. We'll have instructions in the chat of how you'll be able to prove obviously who you are, where you'll send an email. We'll send you a link so you'll be able to get that exclusive merch for free. Arden, are you doing a good job of keeping track who's winning? Because I'm not.
Yep.
Who's winning?
It was Matt, and then you just took the lead.
By how much?
1.
By 1. People, get it in right now. Oh, now by 2. Shit. Matt's would be funnier. I don't really have that much for it. Also, it's an easy.
Matt hit his vape a minute ago, so I don't think Matt's going to be that funny.
That actually sounds way funnier to me. Okay.
I got busted. I went to fade to black just so nobody would see, and somebody immediately was like, "Matt just hit his vape."
We literally know what you're doing.
Facts. It's fucking Friday night. We're raising money for the Secular Student Alliance. I'm the youngest guy here, the smartest guy here, the funniest guy here, the sexiest guy here. True, I got more Riz than everybody else here put together. Why shouldn't I hit my vape?
Why shouldn't he?
Are we tied right now? I think we're tied now, right?
No, you're still leading.
Oh,
yeah.
I just saw a bunch of $5.
Make Jimmy work.
I'm still leading. I just saw like a bunch of 5s in. I know because 3 of them were mine.
Okay, now there's more coming in. Hold on.
Oh, that's another Matt. That's 2 more Matt. Okay, I think I can stop donating 5.
Why do you
And
people hate me?
I'm gonna not count any of those if you do that.
I already did it. It's already done. 840 and Matt is 1.
Nope,
Matt could have spent $5 a pop.
Actually, I can't remember. Who knows how many other 5s there were? So I guess you have to do it now. Go for
1,
it.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
You said 6,
9,
7. I win.
10, 11,
Damn it.
11 to my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to my 8. Sorry, Matt wins. We had a recount. Actually, what's funny is Matt wins. We would have tied if I hadn't paid. So it still would have kind of happened.
Well, yours count as hanging chads.
Yeah. I wanna. Does that make you Al Gore? Oh, you know what's funny is Linkaron just said he wants Matt anyway, and we said Linkaron could pick it anyway. So
There you go.
it's all coming to Matt. All right. So who goes first? Let me see who I have listed here. I think Evolution goes first. Yes, Forrest will be the one starting. So from this point forward, every time we go another $50, right now we are 49 away. The mic will swap. Let me do this. Let me get into I almost just said my pin out loud. I felt myself begin to my tongue to just, here's how to get him.
And I'm explaining why creationists are making sense, right?
Creationists do kind of make more sense when it comes to your evolution, and Matt is the age of the earth.
Got it.
That was a very Alex Jonesy kind of grunt.
Yeah.
So people remember, we're going to be donating to move the mic between Forrest and Matt. And Forrest, you may begin in 3, 2, 1, go.
I want you to consider what a recessive allele actually is, right? When we talk about having a dominant or recessive allele, like what actually is the thing that makes an allele recessive or dominant in the first place? Well, what's important to remember is that around 80% or so of the genes, the coding parts of your DNA, the genes in your body, they code for enzymes. Now, remember, an enzyme is a type of protein that causes chemical reactions to happen faster. It catalyzes chemical reactions. It makes things work better by lowering the activation energy and like facilitating things in your body. And there's lots of ways this can happen. The key is that a recessive allele, more often than not, is just a non-functioning mutation. It's a mutation on that allele that codes for that enzyme that causes it to be non-functional, or at least not function very well. And so what you've got now as you know, diploid organisms, we've got 2 copies of our chromosomes. You got 2 copies of the same gene, 2 of the same allele. If one of them doesn't work, then the other one has to fill in. And sometimes it can, but sometimes you get what's called haploinsufficiency, which means that single allele doesn't do the job to produce enough enzyme to fill in the gaps, and you end up with a recessive trait being, or if you have heterozygous, whatever, but like you end up with this kind of graded phenotype coming along. And if you're homozygous recessive, then you just have this purely recessive trait coming out. That's not always a great thing. One of the reasons why we know that inbreeding is bad.
I'd like to point out that the subject of this debate is whether creationists are more right about evolution.
I can hear him.
No, I'm not.
Don't worry, I'll give him an extra 15 seconds.
I hear him. Yeah.
Everybody hears me but Jimmy.
Oh, I do hear. Okay. I was the problem. It's fixed now. All right. Sorry.
Hi, Taylor. I'd like to point out that creationists make the most sense on dating rather than on evolution, because evolution requires vast expanses of time. And the creationist model, especially the young Earth creationist model, is that the Earth is only 6,000 to 10,000 years old. The day age model suggests that it could be old enough, but the thing is, God can't do anything.
And so what you have to understand is that with this haploinsufficiency model, one of the reasons we know that inbreeding is bad, for example, is because it increases the frequency of these recessive alleles. These recessive traits are usually deleterious. So here's what I ask you. Is it really reasonable that after 3.8 billion years of mutation, that all of these non-functioning mutations built up, producing all these recessive alleles, all these things that are just broken phenotypes, broken genes, broken enzymes, and that actually created what we see now today, the glorious wonder of the human body alone, let alone all the other organisms, all the other species in the entire world. My friends, it simply doesn't make sense to say that all of this corruption is what's causing this. Because remember, the most common type of mutation is a silent mutation, one that does absolutely nothing. But the second most common is a deleterious mutation. It outcompetes a beneficial mutation by far. So all these deleterious mutations, all creating unstable, non-functional genes that produce broken enzymes. And then you have haploinsufficiency not accounting for that, not accommodating for that, not compensating for that, leaving you with broken phenotypes like, for example, my light skin and my blue eyes. This right here, this is proof that evolution isn't real right here, because there's no way something this hideous could have come about by natural processes. It would have been purged out very early on. The only way that we could get to a situation like today, where we have so many broken alleles, fucked up mutations, so much junk DNA, all of this to just detritus in our genetic code, and hideous monstrosities like me, is if a cruel, unjust, stupid God farted it all into existence. That is the only way that we can get a world this broken, full of creatures this fucking stupid. So that's really what it boils down to. There's no way that evolution can account for things like me just creeping around in a world so full of dumb, terrible alleles.
Shut up.
Thank you so much, Father, for granting me this moment. Everything that man said is a damnable lie from the pit of hell and Satan. Let me tell you right now, the creationist model cannot account for the diversity of life we see and is contradicted by evolution at every point. However, with regard to time, they are dead on, because God can do anything he wants with time. He can create things looking old. And by the way, what is time anyway? Is this some abstraction describing motion? And is it just relative? And if it's relative, which relative is it? I'm going to say that time's relative is the Father, God the Father, and that's why creationists are better on the issue of time. God the Father exists outside of time, can control time, can make things look as old as it wants, and it's a perfect model that accounts for everything we know and understand about time, including the models of time where time is non-existent, just like the God that didn't exist when he made time. Take that, atheists.
Those were all words.
They are words, and those are words that come out of my brain because my brain fuzzes and fizzles, just like a Mountain Dew. And in the grand scheme of things, we're comparing two models: a model of the diversity of life where theirs fails, and a model of time where theirs can account for absolutely anything. And therefore, they must be more accurate on time than on anything else.
Well, there's still 13 seconds. People,
there's 13 seconds, but you know what 13 is? 6, 7.
That's true.
It's true. That is true.
Somebody needs to drop $50 for that.
There we go.
$67 for that 6, 7. That's what it needs to be.
Yes, send us. All right, that's the time up on that. All right, let's find out who won. Go ahead and pull the line over there. Right now, I'm pulling Jimmy Snow as on who's going to be our.
Ethically compelled to remind everybody that, like, there are obvious answers about why what I just said isn't fucking accurate. Everything I said was scientifically accurate except for the conclusions. That is how recessive alleles work. But like, I'm not even on the screen. There we go. But holy shit, that isn't what that. None of that made any sense.
Forrest
Nothing what I said.
The people who are going to clip him are going to include this part of the clip for some reason.
No, I just want to make sure everybody, because if you're at home and you're scratching your head about that, it's like, oh, you use a lot of big words. Because I know we got people on both sides.
After we have the poll about who won, and I clearly win, can we do a second poll to see if Forrest won the after debate where he got to redo the debate afterwards and I didn't say anything?
I'm just saying, it's literally my life's work, and I need people to understand.
Well, in a way, he was almost shitting on himself, though. He was almost talking against himself. I don't know if he was redoing it. All right, we're looking at, let's see.
If I accidentally make a creationist, I will.
Arden, have you heard this? That's
why I refused to debate abortion on the pro side when I was a kid.
Have you seen the thing in live chat? Is that true that caller is now called Hannah?
Okay. I don't know completely. This person called in trolling hard about that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But after a certain point, they did consistently call in using that name. It still feels like a troll to me, but when you're doing it every single time, now it's kind of like, okay, maybe that is serious. I don't actually know.
Out of an abundance of
I heard
caution,
the
we'll
same
just
thing, and I wasn't sure.
take them off the list of because they already aren't allowed to call in anymore, right? Or did they get banned? What
Yeah,
happened there?
correct.
Yeah.
They
As
got
I recall, I feel like I remember talking to this person in the screening room asking why they were trying to bypass their ban and call in as a different person.
Yeah, I think that's what it was initially, and then they just kept reusing it, so it was kind of hard to tell. Like, did we crack an egg or
Right.
Mhm.
But
person?
Andrew from New Jersey won heartily anyway. So, people, we are ending the stream at 9 o'clock, which is 9 minutes from now. This is going to be fun. We are currently at 15,844. Whatever number we end at is the number that the next time Andrew from New Jersey calls any of the 4 of us, we are going to let him know that he raised that dollar amount. Go ahead and start right now. 15,844. Every donation between now and 9 o'clock will be considered, which is 9 minutes from now, a donation as a go fuck yourself Andrew from New Jersey, who is utterly horrid in beliefs. He is a 19-year-old incel who on my show said the reason he doesn't have a girlfriend is because of how terrible girls are, calls into Chewed Gum and tells them about not deserving abortion rights, was he the lower the standards guy too? Do you remember, Arden? He has said some whack ass shit.
I don't think he was the lower your standards guy, although that does sound like something he would probably think and agree with anyway.
Right.
I seem to recall he also either didn't know or didn't believe that like Jim Crow was like a bad thing or something like that. It was a whole thing. He
said so many crazy things that right now it's like, I know he said something crazy in this category, and whatever we guess, even if it's wrong, won't be worse than whatever the correct answer is. So I would love to get this number well over $1,000 if we could. By the way, if we hit 17,500, then we're halfway to whatever our $35,000 goal was, which is the LineCon Online Live thing. Remember that we need to raise $42,000 of cash from donations. It's going to get a little bit confusing over the day tomorrow because some of those matches will come in during. But if we hit 42,000 of our donations, the matches are going to get it up to 50,000, and then we're going to get to 60,000. Every donation you make has a 20% bonus on it, thanks to Phil Ferguson and Robin Ferguson from the Phil Ferguson show, who is giving up to a 20% match up to a total of $10,000 on his part against 50,000. So lots and lots of good reasons. But you have 7 more minutes to make this number as high as fucking possible. Right now, let's see, what would that have been? 156 from. So right now we only have a mere like $260-ish, $72-ish. I would love to tell him, Andrew from New Jersey, you're on the line. And before we get started, we just want to make sure that you are aware that in the name of people wanting you to know that you suck, we raised X number of dollars for Secular Student Alliance. Y'all picked in the poll, at least over on the Jimmy Snow and the Line channel, who we're doing. I hope everybody who voted is willing to at least put $1, as long as they have $1. Go ahead and flood it with donations between now and 6 minutes when the stream is going to end, so we can tell Andrew from New Jersey how much money he raised.
Chat said Hannah has called using different names with still she, her pronouns, but has also called Dr. Ben as a Hannah, she, her, and misgendered Dr. Ben. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to say that. Oh, and called back as Jackie after using Hannah. I'm like 90% sure they're still a fucking troll, but
right. Whatever. There's no good reason.
Yeah, that's kind of what I got from it. Like everybody was just calling them Hannah out of principle because they said this is my name, these are my pronouns, and we were all like, okay, because this is what we're promoting, we're gonna do that. But it was, in my opinion, it seemed like it was kind of like just, I'm gonna get them to do this to prove how crazy the liberals are, and like,
right.
You know what I mean,
Right, that they'll just take my word for it. And this is going to prove,
Yeah.
see, I don't even have to prove anything. We are only up to $467
I'm going to prove that they're
so
loving
far
and
from,
accepting and kind people who take care of others without necessarily needing to understand them. Those fucking idiots.
yeah. So far, we're only, I think we just broke about $500. Surely we can break $1,000 in Go Fuck Yourself, Andrew from New Jersey. Surely we can do it. Is it true that Andrew Wilson called in? There is an episode, there is a clip, and there might even be a couple, but there's at least one clip from Chewed Gum that we have identified that I would say with certainty is him, as certain as I can be with that amount of evidence, right? Like if it isn't him, it is someone who sounds exactly like him on the phone. It is someone that his mother would believe was talking to her on the phone. So yes, I do believe so. All right, people, where are we at? 389, which is a quick 5344. We're at $545 beyond. Ooh, that should pop us up a little bit more than that. Come on, people. We need to hit 16,844 to hit $1,000, and we are leaving in 4 minutes. At 9 o'clock, the stream is over. So go ahead and flood it now. We really, really want to hit 16,844, of which we are about $400 off of. 413 if my quick math is right, which it often is not. So, by the way, to people who are wondering what that is in the chat, we on the podcast, we were talking about conspiracies, and Alyssa believes that the Janet Jackson moment was intentional. And so that was one of the debates we had on the podcast, was that whether that was for sure intentional, to which I am agnostic. Anyway, that's why they said the thing about the titty in the chat. Thank you so much, Shiloh, Jesse, Alex, Jolene, Isla, or Ayla, however you like it. Corey, not like it, however it is. Kayan, what if both of them are wrong? Jed, thank you. Robert, Aaron, Charles, Silly Spaghetti, Shiloh, Alosa, Aaron, several anonymous, Edith, Streef, Blind Limey. Hey, it's Blind Limey. Hey. Jack, Alex, Josh, and another Alex, or that might also just be from Alex. Thank you to Sophia. Outwitted by Fish is a very funny name also. Disappointing DVD clips.
Blew right past it.
Ghoul, I'll come right back down and do it. Let me finish the list and I'll give them the dedication they need. Chris, Overly Polite Rebel, Ghoul, Vernon Dadabada. I'll never say your name right ever. Oops All Bones, Ahsoka Neri, Ashley, thank you. And the big one that we just got, let me come down to it. Thank you so much to Idiot Iconoclast, who donated $413, getting us over the $17,000 mark. You still have 2 minutes. Thank you, Linkeron, for another $50. Robert, Jesse, we already said Jesse, Overly Polite Rebel, and Mark. Let me see where we're at right now. Thank you so much for that. Love to see it. 17,034. Actually, I'm going to do it just against the 17,000 because it's easier to do quick math after that. 6,996. I'm literally doing this like the old-fashioned way you learn to do it in school. $1,156 plus the 34 would take that to 1,190 so far. 1,156. You still have just a couple of minutes, and we will end on the reveal of what. To the next time Andrew from New Jersey calls, we will make sure to go out of our way. Arden and Luthien and Luxander will help us keep track of it, to let Andrew from New Jersey know that in the name of him, we raised over X number of dollars, or at least X number of dollars. By the way, if you are watching this on replay, the donate button will still be live all through the month of October. If you got to the end here and you want to put money toward it to help out the Secular Student Alliance, you can do so right now. Do the two of you have anything you want to say in our last minute as we are live here? All right, that's
just thank you.
Yeah, thank you all. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you all so much for donating and supporting such an amazing cause. Education is super important, and atheist community is super important. And having this resource for young people who are trying to pursue higher education and feeling alone and scared and distant and in need of some community is just unbelievably huge. And thank you so much for being such a big part of making this dream a reality and helping the people who need their help most, because they can become the scientists and the doctors and the engineers and the lawyers and the great people of tomorrow. You are making the world a better place, and we're happy to be a part of that. So please tune in for the rest of this live stream tomorrow, the rest of the fundraisers tomorrow, and then also for me,
Central.
There you go. And also for me on the Sunday show after dark this Sunday, where I will be debating apparently this transphobe person that called it, and also Valkai or whatever the fuck from Skep Talk that said that they would call in again this Sunday and try again. They said they couldn't figure out how to call in with the phone number on the bottom of the screen the whole goddamn show. But they said they'd try again. So like tune in this Sunday and see those things happen. It'll be a lot of great.
Arden and Luthien,
a lot of great. It'll be
if you'll write down the number 1,323, that is the amount of money Andrew from New Jersey just got us, taking us to $17,167. Well on our way to the 50,000. Tomorrow is the big event. We will look forward to seeing you then. By the way, I think you'll both find this amusing. We went to a coffee shop earlier, Luthien and I, and the coffee shop person asked if we have plans for the night, and I said, "Oh yeah, we're going to a fundraiser." And she said, "Oh, that's fun. Are you going to go hang out, or what are you doing?" I was like, "I'm actually running it." And she goes, "Oh, what's it for?" And I said, "It's Secular Student Alliance. It's for basically non-religious kids to also have communities in college and high school and stuff." And the look on her face went from like smiling, where you could tell she was actually interested, to kind of terrified, like abject, like, "I wish I hadn't asked." She was trying to still smile through it, but you could see in her eyes the way it changed. And that's kind of, people, why it's important we do this, because that attitude is still out here. So thank you all so much for watching. That's it for us. And we will see you tomorrow at 1 for the big event, for the big one where we will try to get the remaining $33,000 for the Secular Student Alliance. Goodbye, everybody.